That's how you start a goddamn show right
He's
there.
not even back from getting coffee yet. He's just gonna come back and we have started.
You have to warn him really quick when he pops back in. Hey, we're live. You just don't put your dick out or anything like that. Just...
Or do.
Make sure you have pants. What's up, guys? We're fucking back. And our guest is back. We just started, so.
Oh, gods, we're live. You guys are asking.
Called that one.
Well, we were already late.
I represent that.
So yeah, I was reason why we're late because I haven't done this in almost like 2 fucking months because Boo's got the day off and my NDI decided not to work, so I couldn't capture everybody's screen perfectly. So I ended up making them fat like Billy is right now. And
look at me. I'm not even a whole screen, and I still look like a big fat fucking. I look like the thing inside Krang on fucking TMNT. Like, the fuck is this?
Krang.
Which one is Krang then?
The brain is Krang.
Who's the big motherfucker with the pinhead? Like, who's that? What's his name?
Big motherfucker with the pinhead, maybe?
There you go. That's his name now.
I thought, oh, maybe they're both Krang.
I can't be asked to fucking Google it. Yeah, maybe they're both Krang. We were all Krang.
I like that somebody in the chat points out, it's like, look, Ocean is not late. He's a wizard.
True.
A wizard is always on time.
No, I didn't say he was late. I just said I was fucking late.
As a matter of fact, he got up because we were late as fuck.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to make some coffee real quick. Fuck this.
But, I already got my
I need my coffee or else I'm just going to be like a... But
so it was fault to sum up.
Pretty much. This is what I get for producing, you know.
Also, it's partially my fault because I'm pagan. And whenever there's a pagan on a stream, technical issues start showing up. It happens on my streams all the time. I can't get anything to work.
It's the spirits of the ancients coming to be like, you shouldn't be doing this.
You are fucking with technology, you naturalistic fuck. And that's just kind of how it goes. Like my first stream that I did, I was like, look, 2K, I'll do a stream, and then I did a stream, and it went. I couldn't get more than 5 frames to play, you know, over the course of the 2-hour hangout. So, it was bad. But we had like a lot of cool people show up, like Shannon Q showed up, Surus showed up, Apologia showed up, and all that stuff, and that was really cool. But it was a bit of a technological shit show, and I retain it's because I'm pagan. It's technology issues always show up, and like Surus never has any tech issues unless he's doing Hammered Out with me, so we conclude.
I wonder if this is true about like if an Amish person tried to sign on to like an old school AOL dial-up account, if like a buckle would just fly out of nowhere and pop him in the nose.
I'm not supposed to do that.
I wonder, like, because when you're Amish, you get the ability to take like a year or something like that to just go out into society and decide whether or not you want to come back to Amish society afterwards. I wonder if like that year is just rife with like fucking just phones blowing up in their pocket and like.
There's actually a show like that, and it's actually kind of interesting to fucking watch because some people go balls to the wall fucking crazy. Like just sets and fucking drugs and drinking, then they come back to the Amish life. I'm clean. It's like. Dude, I had
a friend that grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and like the moment he went out into the real world, like it was all fucking over.
You have to purify. Like cocaine is purifying, so you have to take that journey. Yeah.
Aren't Jehovah's Witnesses the no Halloween people?
No Halloween, no birthdays.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll be happy with these assholes trying to get Halloween moved to the last Saturday of the month. Like this is negotiable. What the fuck is
that shit?
I don't know,
this isn't negotiable.
We got the video.
There's no, thank you.
October 31st.
There's a video about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Of course.
This petition is gaining a little bit of notoriety. It's unnerving to say the least.
I saw. Okay, so this is my.
I'm not okay with it.
My story with it is that I got a CNN push notification on my phone about it, and I was just like, the fuck? There's no way. There's got to be some. There's just some like just fringe extremist running around getting like 5 signatures on a petition and something like that. And then I looked at the article and it said 55,000 people fucking signed this petition, and I'm like, is there a link to this petition? I want to see what the fuck is going on. And I click it. 85,000 people had signed this motherfucker when I looked at it. And it's like, are you kidding me? Why not? What?
You know what it is? It's 85,000 suburban moms who just like don't want to go out at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Like that's really what.
That's what's going on. Yeah,
That's 85,000 people who can lick my balls because Halloween is October 31st.
Exactly.
Halloween is October 31st. It also coincides with Wiccan and some pagan holiday.
Samhain.
So yeah,
Samhain.
it's Samhain. Samhain is November 1st, but the day before Samhain is All Hallows Eve. I'm pagan. I get to
A lot
talk.
of people celebrate them.
Yeah, of course. So like the idea of the government just being like, yeah, we'll change it. I mean, if the government changes it, then it further differentiates Halloween from its pagan origins, I guess. So, it becomes further this celebration of candy.
Yeah, it's
which
just this commercialized fucking bullshit.
yeah, I mean, just like how Christmas has become, a celebration of our holy saint of consumerism.
Yes.
The Halloween is kind of becoming the same thing with our holy saint of chocolate, which I don't necessarily mind if fucking society wants to jump into that game, but it's just further taking it away from its traditional roots, to the point where it's like, why are we doing this? Why? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to move holidays with pagan origins around, why not we just move Christmas to like the last Saturday of the month?
Right.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I'd
do all
That'd
that.
be a shit storm if that ever fucking
Mhm.
happened.
Do it with
I
Christmas
just-
first, then we'll discuss Halloween.
Yeah.
I just
Sure.
want to
Those
I just want to
85,000
interject real fast. Because I can actually see the chat because we're on this fucking format. I want to say to Jake Jonas, I appreciate your Aqua Teen reference. I really do. MC Chris wants candy.
I think Jake is like our #1 patron, so of course he's fucking awesome.
I want candy, bubblegum and taffy. Yeah.
Sears is in the chat. He says he
Hey,
likes
Sears.
trains, so
I like trains.
I like turtles.
Hello, Cirrus, you train-loving fucker.
I got a friend who fucking loves model trains. Like it's like an addiction for him. Like he has so many fucking model trains. It's not even funny.
I hear a big hammer, and the only thing Cirrus is swinging. Just between you and I.
Wait a
Alright.
minute. Wait a minute.
Not into those deep.
Oh shit. So we do got some news today, but we got to talk about this because we have been founded.
Are we
by-
on someone else's schedule now?
Yes, we're on someone else's
Oh.
fucking schedule. We don't have a schedule anymore.
I would just like to say
That's
before
why
we
we
do
moved it.
this,
My scale.
Yeah, I have one more thing to say on Halloween too.
Go
Go
ahead.
for it.
all I want to say about this shameful display is this is the most shameful display in the history of shameful displays. Just my opinion, but there we go.
So my last thing to say on Halloween is like better idea than moving it to a weekend. Make it a holiday like fucking Christmas is.
Fuck
Give us a
yes.
fucking day off.
That's
Give us the day
best
off,
shit.
especially the day after. Give us the
Well,
day
yeah,
after
'cause-
off.
You have
Yeah.
a ton of people
Agreed.
who do view it as like some people have it as a religious holiday. Instead of having just like a religious holiday exemption, your thing just make it for everybody.
Right, exactly. But and like everybody celebrates it, and for a lot of people, and especially in our generation, it's our favorite holiday. Give us the day the fuck off, guys. Like, why
You know
not?
how many movies
There's
that
only-
we watched that day? Fucking ton.
Ah, man, not in my area, man. My area, there's particular certain brands of Christians that think it's for the devil, and
Oh,
they
of course,
yell
yeah.
about it.
It's of the devil.
Yeah,
Oh,
We're going to
yeah.
go
Give
to
the
devil his
holiday.
we
I
had a
love-
bunch of kids that weren't allowed to go to see the Harry Potter movies because of.
Oh Lord, yes.
So
Yes.
dude, when I was in high school, I read this friend of mine who was a big. I didn't get into Harry Potter until like after high school, but it was a friend of mine that was really into it when in high school, and she came to me and was like, "You need to read this article." And I was like, "What's up?" I read it, and it is this Christian woman freaking the fuck out about Harry Potter and the symbolism in it, the demonic symbolism in it. And one of the main point of the article was about how children riding around on broomsticks was phallic and pedophilic. And I was just like, where is your mind, lady? Where have you gone in order to make this shit? Like, how? Where? What is happening here? But yeah, that's
some fucked up dots that you could just kind of. Jesus Christ. Okay.
No trick-or-treating here, kids. The only ghost that lives here is the Holy Ghost.
Go trunk-or-treating. The local church.
Oh, God. Don't go trunk-or-treating. You're going to get some goddamn Kent Ham bullshit.
Yeah, you're going to get nothing but Chick Tracks in your fucking candy bag.
And they're going to go, you're welcome. And, like, that's about the same level of giving that $100 bill that just says, find Jesus to a fucking server.
Someone
If you do that,
wife before.
Kill yourself.
Like, tipped her $100 bill, and it had in the back of it just scripture. Like, it was just, it's like the dickish thing to fucking do. It's like,
my friend works at a Subway, and they have a tip jar, and sometimes they give it directly to the person who's making the sandwiches, which was just him that day. And somebody handed him, I think it was a 10 that had the same fucking thing on the back of it. He was livid. He was mad about it. Like, that could have been gas money, and you're just fucking proselytizing. What the fuck?
And over hearts and funds. God damn.
I can't fill my tank with Jesus. I could try.
G-Man can.
Jesus took the wheel.
Jesus
took the wheel. When it landed up in the ditch, this was a bad decision.
All right, let's make sure you guys can fucking hear this, because again, I haven't done this in about 2 months. So let's go ahead and hit with the shameful display.
All right, let's see this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Haven't lost my touch too bad.
You have dishonored your family. Shameful display.
All right, so let me go ahead and
it's like a throwback.
What are the context of all these? Like, what's going on here?
Some of these are just flat earthers that we just pulled out, but it's gone beyond fucking flat Earth now. So it's more.
Isn't one of them just telling like Red Eye to fuck off?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just some of the
I love Red
the
Eye.
shameful comments we've had on our channel. We kind of highlight some of them.
So these are comments that have been left to you guys?
Yeah, most
I've seen,
people
like,
hate us.
Oh my goodness. So much fucking hate.
I wish the comment that I fucking ripped into Bob and Bev was still in existence. That would.
I know they deleted it.
So
You're gonna get some hate for having that damn pagan on.
Dude, I'm 100% fine with that. Thank you for the video engagement, you fucking idiots.
One of my closest friends is a pagan who regularly does paid tarot readings at the Renaissance Fair. So,
Fuck yeah.
Eat my dick.
The whole thing.
Call for Uprising says, you shouldn't have come looking for me, because now I see you.
Which fucking mongoloid is this?
A call for
The one
Uprising.
with the FBI warning.
Yeah.
He has that intro where the Baphomet shits his pants.
Oh, that lunatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one in particular.
That one in particular. Okay.
That one. We go back and forth a little bit, and that's the one you don't understand though. Now that I can see you, we all can. Now it's time to play. You're on my schedule.
I wasn't sure if that was a sound effect or.
No,
that was live.
So
You're just like doing that. That's awesome.
So let me say.
At least it wasn't a Wilhelm scream.
First and foremost, I am frightened beyond belief. Those shrieks of terror were 100% legitimate.
Right, of course.
There was a guy that came on here that Frank and Billy and I were just kind of talking about the other day, who literally threatened to come to my house and kill me, and I was less afraid of that guy than I am this guy, because this dude's a fucking psychopath.
Couldn't find me, dude.
Which Billy kind of poked the bear again. Did he ever get back to you real quick? Did he ever
No.
Okay.
No, I think he stopped. I think after 3 years of trying to do YouTube, getting 46 subscribers makes you just stop.
Well, it's hard.
I will. Yeah.
It's hard to read comments like this, like he has to. You know.
Like, hold on a second. All right.
I will say this in the most PC way possible. I wish a player would. I really do. I live with four other people, and I own a lot of knives, and I have a lot of pent up tension. Please come find me.
If he does come to your house and try to kill you, you better start live streaming on YouTube instantly.
Oh my god, I will hit fucking. Oh my god, is my OBS still set up to my Twitch channel? I think it is.
He goes.
Yeah, just hit the go live button and roll.
Just set it on the kitchen table. Watch me.
You'll get banned, but it'll be an awesome show while it's up.
Yeah, well, it's still there.
Just so everyone knows, this was self-defense. Let's live stream it.
Yeah. Tatted said something that no one cares.
We're not promoting violence here. We're just showing how awesome it is.
Tatted, he goes on to say, "Shh, just wait for it." That sounded really sexual. Like, "Shh, just wait for it." Like he's just like, "Yeah, you belong to me now." I think I should put this. I think I need to put this on creepy readings instead of like shameful display because it's almost a fanfic.
I called him Daddy after that.
And I need.
Daddy.
I gotta look this guy up. This is. What is this guy?
So we've heard though from people that have messaged us that his intentions are more than likely to send his 500,000 subscribers over to our channel to thumbs down and leave shitty comments. Well, I'll revert to what Billy said earlier. Thank you for the engagement.
Yeah.
Wait, he's got 400 something thousand subscribers. What? This idiot?
Yes.
Yeah. It's easier to sell crazy than it is to.
I guess it is. Yeah, people start like hate watching and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Shit, Jaronism is killing it.
I know, right?
Videos that were really well thought out and written out, like essay format, and like even the ones that I actually bothered to do like good editing for, and I only had over like 300 and something subscribers, but meanwhile some crazy fuck who's talking about putting wasps' nests in your vagina has like 500,000 subs or some shit, and I'm like, you know what, not worth it.
Hey, there's something to that. It gets you a real good buzz.
I've been doing the whole like planned out essay thing, and like it's been working. It's been working. I don't get videos out as often as I want to, but it's people watch it at least, so that's good. But I'm definitely not pulling these numbers. Holy shit!
No.
Like he's live right now, and he's got 900. He's got 1,000 people watching. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
But
actually, I'm looking at
moderately attractive chick on Twitch, and I would only ever get like maybe 30 people. Like, what the fuck? Do I need to show more boob? Is that it? Like, what?
That plus spew crazy.
Ew.
Throw your cat over your head.
Throw a cat. Yeah, that's.
Cat.
I'm looking at his engagement though, and it's there's a lot of videos with around 50 to 100K, but then you look into his recent stuff, and it's like now he's struggling to get above 20. So I don't know.
Must have just been some kind of surge.
Who knows?
You got to commit to that, man. If you're gonna send all that engagement our way, we want the top numbers, homie.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want. What is this guy? Is like conspiracy theory? Let me look at this.
Yeah.
I guess we believe in Sasquatch.
There's
all of his
lots of
videos
them.
He's
are in all
special.
caps.
He's super special.
That's
He's
because
talked about
super
some.
serious.
He's talked about in some videos that we've seen about some conspiracy theories that I never even fucking heard of. I thought I heard everything.
Fucking upside down cheeseburger.
Have you ever
Fucking
felt
upside-
like the upside down Whopper was the fucking mark of the beast? You've come to the right place.
In the video, he even says, like, I might be making a big deal out of nothing here. And you're like, yes, you are.
You are.
Like,
Some
how
part
did
of
you
you
have
had the
self-realization?
Some part of you had some sort of realization that yes, indeed, you may have been making a big deal out of nothing.
I wonder.
You should have listened to that part.
And
Yeah,
then he was like, what just happened? I missed something. Okay, continue recording.
He had a fucking small aneurysm. That's what happened.
Or a whole human being came out.
People are talking about throwing bongs over. Hold on.
What?
What about
Still
who?
talking about throwing shit over. I'm gonna throw something over my shoulder. Is
The
anywhere
cat?
popular?
I don't
If
have
the cat's
anything I can
green, I would be
throw.
worried about the cat.
Check the social blade. The numbers are fucking just through the roof now.
Like, I don't want to throw this. I just got it.
And yes, I did throw a Bulbasaur, so. It was just the one
Nice,
thing
your
in reach.
Bulbasaur?
Yeah.
It's fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He can heal himself. Anyway, yeah, so he's our shameful display. Not really all that scared. Bad.
Terrified.
Nah.
It's like when you have somebody with that kind of numbers that you know damn well is just there because people want to watch the crazy. Like, it's hard to believe that they have any like loyal fan base that isn't just as nutball. So the fact that like he showed up in your comment section and just got mad is funny.
He
At the end of the
searched
day,
for
it's not-
himself.
Yes.
He knows
Yeah.
that.
There's no,
Yeah, because this was the day it was posted.
Yesterday, I
Fuck.
was on my way to my friend's place, and we saw the result of a car accident in which the tire came off of the vehicle along with most of the axle. And I would like to think that's like comparable in like the viewership of this individual. That it's really just watching somebody's tire pop off with half of the axle.
Yeah. You don't want to watch the accident, but you have to watch the accident.
You don't watch the accident?
Yeah. So, Brian, we got
Everybody
anything-
was fine.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying everybody was fine in that accident. Nobody died.
Aw.
Except for that guy's accident. No one's okay when they come out of that one.
Yeah.
This is a fucking. They're escaping again, Billy. Sorry. Brandon, do we got anything making you salty today?
Yeah, fuck yeah, we do.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
let's see the salt.
Let's go ahead into the overlay. God damn it. Go ahead and talk. I'll get you.
Fool! We need
Where you
Fool!
at?
Come back,
What the
fool!
fuck?
Don't ever leave me.
This is the whole
back,
reason
just-
why we got
just-
him.
Imagine my jazz hands are flames for the intro.
They can't even see you
Okay.
right now. Oh shit, yeah, they can. Thank you,
Um,
studio, for fucking that up for me. But yeah.
yeah, fuck you, studio. Bull, he's holding us hostage.
I'm seeing like a whole menagerie display here.
All right, there we go.
All right. There's so.
Okay.
Oh God, what's going on?
So, now, I'm sure most people have already seen what I'm about to talk about because there was a bit of a fuss about it for like maybe a day, but I don't think that was sufficient. I'll be honest with you. In the culture we live in, where everything is analyzed on the internet, on Twitter, on Facebook, if that's your thing, whatever. This really kind of just was over and done with a lot sooner than I think it should have been, because this has been giving me legitimate fucking nightmares for the last few days, and that is the trailer for the upcoming film Cats. I don't know who's seen this or not. If you haven't, immediately after this stream, or if you just want to pull it up on the side while I'm talking about it and watch it, I hate to do this to you as a person because maybe it's a little bit cruel and unusual, but go watch it because it will change your fucking life. You don't have fucking sleep paralysis demons that visit you at 3:45 every morning? Watch this trailer because you fucking will. It's so goddamn disturbing, in fact, that I've wanted to sleep with my bathroom light on, and I own over 700 horror films on various media. This is the scariest goddamn thing I've ever seen. I don't fucking deserve to wake up in cold sweats every night because I have to look at Rebel Wilson roll around as a fucking CGI cat, more cat in the face than person in the face. It's fucking weird. I don't like it. It's not only made me salty, but it's also completely destroyed my day, my night, everything in between. And it's a travesty that Sonic is getting remastered, and this shit isn't. Fuck that. I'm done, because talking about it anymore is giving me fucking goosebumps. Fuck that. That shit is scary as fuck. And that's what made me salty. It's fucked up my day. And almost weak at this point.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day has been ruined.
I'm watching the trailer with the sound off just now.
Things don't freak me out that much. I was one of those like edgy boy fucking middle schoolers that was on like Best Gore and shit like that. So a lot of stuff doesn't really unnerve me. That hit me right in the fucking uncanny valley. I could not. I could not. I thought I wasn't okay with hedgehog teeth, like the human teeth on the fucking Sonic. I thought I wasn't okay with that. I'm fine with that now. I'm okay with it. I have come to terms with it after seeing the Cats trailer.
I'm watching it now, and it's hitting me right in the uncanny valley is about right. What's weird to me is it looks like I know a little bit about some of the process they were using. Like apparently there was a lot of mocap that was being used for this, and like all the actors went to like cat school and stuff like that, and like they're casting actors that have the right look for a lot of these parts. Why didn't they just do like makeup effects? Like I don't understand why they would just do like this CG shit. It seems lazy.
Yeah, practical effects would have come, like, it would have translated a lot better.
Oh, yeah. But instead, we're just, like, we're embracing this uncanny valley shit rather than having awesome costuming.
Well, from what I was told...
This could have been, like, an Academy achievement with the makeup.
From what I was told, it was because the majority of the actors that are part of it just didn't want to sit in makeup for several hours to shoot. It's like, well, fuck, like, what are we paying you for?
Right? Like if I'm giving you $1 million fucking to be in my movie, you sit in the makeup chair for a minute, right?
Like I understand you motherfuckers are SAG, but like, come on, like.
Well, yeah, and this is gonna be at least a 6-hour application if you do it right. So, you know, it's gonna hurt scheduling. It's gonna be a waste in a lot of people's day and all that crap. And I understand all that shit, believe me. But like, you know, this is the kind of thing that you put that sort of effort towards. And you get actors that want to do that kind of thing, that are committed to that kind of project. Like I feel like, and I know Idris Elba. There's rumors about him hating being in the chair for a long time because he was when he was playing Heimdall, he hated that costume, like hated it. So I can see him not being kosher with sitting 6 hours in the chair in order to be a cat. But a lot of the other actors, I'm like, nah, you guys should be fine. Like Ian McKellen, dude, come on. There's no way that guy wouldn't have been okay with going through.
Yeah, no, that guy's a fucking team player. He would have totally sat there and take the makeup.
Yeah, like there's people on that list that are like, I know you have no problem with putting on makeup because you were on Lord of the fucking Rings. Yeah. Like, come on.
Well, here's the thing: if they were going to do CGI, why couldn't they done it like better? I mean, it's just it looks creepy.
What's weird is some of them, like if you look closely at some of the shots, I've seen the trailer once and I noticed this. There's like their faces will start like floating around inside of the head. Like you'll see their eyeballs just like switch the like location.
Yeah.
On the face.
So it's not even good CGI.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
It's lazy. Like guys, you don't release a trailer unless you fine tune that shit. Like go through your shots. But you know, I don't know.
Yeah, this was the trailer. This was them selling sizzle.
Right.
This was, like, in a lot of ways,
To
a
the
highlight
public.
reel. Sure.
Yeah.
And if that's what they're bringing, holy shit.
Yeah.
With the Cats movie, what they're trying to do is, one, capitalize on the long time popularity of the Cats show. And also, with the movie, they're trying to bring it to a commercial audience that perhaps didn't give a fuck about the Cats show. And as somebody who is one of those people who didn't give a fuck about the Cats show, you're not selling me on it with this. You're not. I'm creeped out and I don't want to see this.
I thought Cats I wasn't like into it, but I thought the costumes were cool. And that's my familiarity with it. And I think there's a lot of people's familiarity with it. So when you're doing something that is known for having cool costumes, and then doing a film adaptation, and then you don't do the costumes, why am I watching? Like that's what it's known for, is for its fucking art direction. Like the production design and art direction on that show. Yeah. That's what it's known for.
So
and then you're just gonna abandon that. Like, all right.
They're doing to Cats of what Star Wars Episode 8 did to Star Wars. So
see, I like Episode 8. I like it though.
I don't have.
I know.
And no
bastardized Luke.
Oh my god.
I don't have a problem with what they did to Luke. I do have a problem with the whole like casino thing, but
Or
overall,
killing, what's
Yeah.
his fuck?
overall, I'm gonna
killing the
get
bad
more hate
guy.
for that than the whole pagan thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Palpatine is coming back.
Is he?
You haven't seen the
he
trailer?
is.
What is?
Oh,
Palpatine.
no. No,
They're
I
bringing
saw
back Palpatine.
after
Oh, no,
8. I'm like,
Palpatine's
I'm
laugh
not
is
giving
in
him
there.
money.
Palpatine's laugh is in there, but I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back.
Oh
But
yeah, man, it's gonna be a fucking Force Ghost party. Everyone knows
I
that.
think that you might be right about that. Like
Only
episode.
Jedi
I don't think
can
that
do
episode
Force
8
Ghost,
ruined it,
though.
but episode 9 might. I'm apprehensive about it.
Ain't
But-
no party like a Force Ghost party.
I know Kevin Smith is excited. Did you see that interview with him where he was like freaking the fuck out about how much of a genius J.J. Abrams is?
He's just a mark about everything fucking Star Wars, to be honest.
J.J. Abrams did a good job with 7, though. 8 was.
Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
It was
Like,
fun.
seven was okay. All right, nothing new, but I'm into it. And
There was
then
nothing new about 8.
8 was
You know.
like, well, no, 8 was there was new shit in 8, but the problem is that it was new shit that pissed off a lot of the fan base. Was just like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, no, you're doing
I
things
really
different in the
liked-
extended universe, and I'm upset.
Yeah.
Even the old shit that they pulled in was terrible. When they were on a planet that was all covered in white defending a base. I'm like,
Oh yeah, no, that
ah,
I thought that
fuck
was
you.
easy, but
I really liked that one movie, that in-between movie between 7 and 8. I forget the name of it.
Rogue One.
Rogue.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like
Dude,
that.
It
one,
was
too.
it was good to see in the
I
theater.
did
I
like
I
Solo.
like the robot. Oh, I love Solo.
Solo was good.
thought that was fun.
It was all
It
right.
was a fun movie.
I don't even
doesn't
mind
like
bringing back
Donald
Darth
Glover?
Maul. I was like, all right, cool, let's do that.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul and Donald Glover in the same movie. I was like,
Fucking A, yes.
yes, please. Even
And,
if
like,
it's Force.
I thought I was going to be offended by whoever the fuck that guy is playing Han Solo in that movie, but
Yeah.
I was like, because I saw some of the trailers and I was just like, this guy's line delivery makes me uncomfortable. But then when I watched the movie, I was like, all right, no, he's doing his own spin on the character, and it's like his own thing, but it's not an imitation, but it's not a departure either. So, like, it was like, all right, cool. I didn't need this movie, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought he
The
was.
trailer just showed like the worst bits of like
It
what
did.
he could possibly do.
It
Yeah,
did.
I thought he was gonna be the weak link. I never thought it was gonna be the Targaryen lady, but she was the weak link out of
Yeah.
everyone. It's like, you're not that good of an actor, man.
I didn't have a problem with her part either. I actually didn't
I just
have an
thought
issue
she
with
was
the
the
show at
worst.
all.
I thought she was
Didn't
just the
like her?
worst out of everyone. No, I loved Solo, but I thought she was just like, if you compared to everyone else, I think
I
she
see.
did the worst out of
I
everyone.
thought
like
that the
Woody Harrelson nailed it.
Oh, fuck
Woody Harrelson. Yeah, Woody Harrelson. He always knocks it out of the park, though.
Just
But
fucking everything he's in.
yeah, the main villain I thought was lackluster. What I
Vision?
yeah, like, so here's how I measure whether or not I cared. Like, if I watch a film and then like a couple months later, there's characters I forget were in the film.
Mm.
That's a sign of a bad performance. And I occasionally I forget that he's in that movie, even though he's like a pivotal part in that movie. But it's like, oh yeah, that's right, he's there.
They didn't let him have a lot of screen time though.
Oh.
Like, I wanted to see what's going on with his face lines. Like, what the fuck is with the face lines?
Yeah, they didn't explore anything with him,
Mm-mm.
and that's one of the reasons why he's so forgettable. It's just like, and that's more the writer's fault than the actor's fault, though.
I see somebody in the chat saying redo Howard the Duck, and I would just like to say I mirror your sentiments, friend. I do. I would love to see it. No crap fucking CGI though. Like no fucking Cats level CGI.
A
'cause,
fucking
like,
face floating around a fucking duck body.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, we need all practical effects with Howard the Duck.
We need a guy in a suit like the original Godzilla movies, just fucking clomping around.
With Howard the Duck, go full tokusatsu with it. Let's roll.
Hell yeah.
I do want to, before we go to Geeking Out, which is kind of fun because we were technically geeking out.
Yeah.
No, we're all geeking out already. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
The
happened.
the train has sailed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the intro. We'll just keep going. But I want to point out real quick in the chat, like people were going to a call for Uprising's live stream and putting like hashtag the Geek Room and stuff like that. Thank you. That was kind of cool. But most of them have
Appreciate
been
it.
deleted already. So.
Aw.
The way the cookie
Tony's
crumb might be.
is still there
I
because I
have
can
to
see
say.
it because it's highlighted. I can't see anybody else's. I think they deleted it. So.
We appreciate your effort.
Yeah.
You guys are the fucking best.
It's fucking great.
Internet trolling at its finest.
He's gonna come over here. I see you. Hello.
I'll show you more of me if you want, big boy.
Oh shit.
What have I walked into?
As far as us like geeking out before we even get to like the actual geeking out segment, like that. No, but it's part of the format at this point that we just get off on tangents and forget what the fuck we're doing. Like, it's just part of the show now.
Yeah, were we doing something? Is this a show?
Yeah, we're live
That's
right
what I
going
keep
on?
asking.
Thought it was a hangout.
Which Hangouts is going away in like a couple of days.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
So,
Rip.
I do got one article. Ubisoft apparently defends Assassin's Creed Odyssey microtransactions.
Eat a dick.
So what are? Help me out here. What microtransactions are they doing in there?
I think it's like a add-on where you get to save. I think there's two add-ons. One's where you start with Atlantis, then Atlantis goes under, and that's the second add-on. So they didn't put it in like one big one. They just divvied it up or something like that.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. So generally speaking, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is doing pretty well. Trying to look through it. The only place where the game is being dinged is on the topic of microtransactions. There's feelings for some that the game is designed to entice you into spending money on experience boosts. Oh, okay. But Ubisoft says that's not the case, according to a rep from the company. Time savers. Really? Such as permanent X boosts are 100% optional for the players who want to supercharge their progression, and we are not considered in any of the economy or difficulty balance in the game.
Is this a fucking mobile game?
No, this is console. This is console
Okay.
and PC, man.
Well, because this reminds me of like mobile games where you can pay to like boost
Pay
like
to play?
time
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, you see it more and more now, like especially with like Call of Duty and Battlefield. You can pay to get like the top guns and start doing better than everybody, even if you're like level 1.
Yeah, you
This-
can do
this
that to
seems
a
like
certain
buying
extent.
your
World of
cheese.
Warcraft.
Yeah, pay to win essentially.
Yeah, if you're like, I don't know why they would be doing to supercharge their progression. Like, come on now, like just play story mode. Like,
Yeah.
what? Why would you do that? Why would you do that as a game designer? Why would you put in like pay to essentially put in a cheat to the game? Like, I don't get the process there.
I am.
Am I the only person that thinks that that's super weird for that specific reason? Like, it seems like
it's almost like Bethesda,
Yeah.
Bethesda, who is like you can get mods on a game, but then there's certain mods you have to pay for.
Which is fine. Like, I don't find that to be an issue.
yeah, whatever. If
necessarily.
Bethesda wants to put in the effort to make mods, then
Yeah.
and sell them, then fine. But like,
But they're not forcing you to pay for parts of the game. Like, you get the game, it's just the mods
Yeah.
they're charging for, which is that's fine.
and you
like,
can
I-
get free mods like crazy
Yeah.
for fucking
Oh, yeah.
Skyrim. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, I've downloaded a fuckload.
There is a
Yeah,
Mjolnir
no,
mod
I
that
spend
will-
more
So
time
has
modding Skyrim than I do
VonHelton.
playing Skyrim.
There is
Do
a
you have
like
the same odds VonHelton does?
I do.
Yeah.
My,
The equestrian pack.
Is that a transition?
No, he has a mod where you can fuck your companion no matter what race, and then he also or race or species or whatever, and then he also has
Horse
a
vagina.
mod where you can put children as your companions.
Huh.
Let's put 2 and 2 together and get 22.
I have several questions.
Oh, he fucks kids in Skyrim.
They call it pedo. They called me
Why
a
did you? Why did you answer all the questions? No, that is. God damn it.
And it's not even up for debate. Like, he put up a picture of it one time with like, my dick does not match their genitalia. What is wrong with your mod? I'm like, oh god.
You went down the rabbit hole, haven't you? I haven't. I stopped at horse vagina, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Thanks, Sokka, you
Dude,
asshole.
I thought that I went down like the journey of VonHelton's crazy. Apparently, even all the shit that I've encountered was just scratching the goddamn surface. Like I keep hearing about more and more weird shit. Like, you know, I've heard about him claiming to be a vampire. I've heard about him claiming that he's the Punisher. I've heard him say that he works at Fort Knox. I've heard him say
he has an Elder Scroll.
A wizard. He's a time traveler. He makes an Elder Scroll. I saw him making a fucking Elder Scroll and talking about the actual
and he didn't go
spiritual
blind.
Implications of it. And he was completely serious, just like going on about this shit. And then all this, like, what the fuck? Like this guy is like, I walk into a scene or whatever, like, and say, yeah, I'm pagan, whatever the fuck. Guess who I get asked about more often than fucking anybody else? I don't get like somebody respectable like fucking Aerith Harger or some shit. I get asked about Von goddamn Helton. I'm fucking sick of it. Some other fucking piece of shit.
Talking about all this, I'm just reminded that I have the map of Skyrim behind me, and like, oh Lord.
God damn it!
So
that was a rant.
Dragon Skull.
You're welcome for that fucking rant.
Goddamn VonHelton.
Goddamn VonHelton.
How are you in both? Wait, give me a second. Tony, how are you in both chats so fucking actively right now?
That's some fucking level of
you're
multitasking,
doing a
man.
show and in his chat right now.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, I'm being a complete dick. Like one lady donated $20 and says, "Keep on doing your work. I love your channel." And I said, "Pauline, you fucking crazy." And she goes, "At least I'm not spending my money on unimportant things." And I was like, "That's exactly what you just did."
That is specifically what you just did.
I'll take spending my money on unimportant things for 300, Alex. Ding, 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 daily double.
Somebody said in the
damn.
chat, VonHelton is a god among
shit.
men. He makes intelligence his bitch. Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if by his bitch you mean like some over-abused and stuck in a basement fucking leathered up gimp, then sure.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to add to the list of the many VonHelton accomplishments, inventor of the stealth bomber, lest we forget.
Oh,
Okay.
Gods.
and
And the
then
Mandela,
the
I've seen him
scars.
rant about the Mandela effect. I've seen, like, if there is a conspiracy, he is in it and on it to the 9. Like
he also doesn't like the definitions of conspiracy theory either that I gave him.
Or Pope.
So,
What definition did you give him?
shit that only crazy people believe in.
He blocked
That's
us
my
after that.
favorite definition.
And he was like, "No, it's not what it means." I was like, "Yes,
I've
it
never
is."
heard a
The
better
biggest
definition.
problem. The biggest problem that I find about conspiracy theories and specifically conspiracy theorists is that, like, you have all of these conspiracy theories, which are basically just uncountable. There are so fucking many for every facet of life that you could possibly conceive. The issue is that occasionally one or two of them will turn out to be true. And then one or two of them turning out to be true is enough of a fucking data set for these people just to say, "Oh, well, I guess all of them are fucking true then." And like, that's
believes
just,
in the
you're
flat Earth.
You're fucking sciencing wrong. Like, that's not how data sets work. It's too small of a sample size.
You're fucking sciencing wrong.
You're fucking sciencing.
That's what I'm taking away from that.
Fucking
Listen,
hell.
you shits. Science correctly next time.
Science, right.
Sash right now.
My last 2 cents on that Ubisoft thing is I am somebody who is I'm on the younger side for some people, but I'm old enough to vaguely at least remember when we used to have to pump quarters into machines.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not a fan of microtransactions for that exact reason. It just feels like pumping like $5 into a machine to get past a ridiculously hard boss simply because it was programmed badly. Just all over again. And it just seems like, ugh.
My sin with microtransactions and where I actually don't mind them is when there's like excessive cosmetic options that you want to buy in like loot boxes and shit.
That's
yeah.
a little
Like-
understandable, yeah.
Yeah, like if you like Overwatch, I think did loot boxes in a way that didn't affect gameplay and was a way that still made them a boatload of money. Like, so, you know, with that, you know exactly what you're getting. You're just getting cute little options and you're collecting shit. And it's a great way to loop in a fucking whale for the game designer if you want to do that shit. But like if you're playing the game and you don't want to spend any microtransactions, you still get the loot boxes from experience points. You get them at a reasonable fucking rate, and you still are able to play the game with the best of them, even against people that are spending thousands of fucking dollars on their loot boxes, and on an equal playing field. That should be the standard for loot boxes. And you know, if you're going further than that, you're going too far. Like straight up. If it's something, if you're buying shit in loot boxes and you're selling them, especially in the multiplayer game, with something that affects gameplay to an extent that gives people an edge, fuck off. You're doing loot boxes wrong.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. But I do have to say, I am one of those people who fell into the microtransaction hole when it came to Pokemon Go.
I spent way too much fucking
Pokemon
money.
Go has microtrans? I didn't realize that.
Well, it does. You can go ahead and just buy a bunch of items.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
you can
right.
buy
I
Pokeballs
remember
and
that.
shit.
Instead
buy
of walking
launch
to
it at it.
Pokestops.
Yeah. And the problem is that in Connecticut, where I'm from, during the summer, especially around this time in the summer, it gets upwards of in the 90s, possibly to feels like, quote unquote, 100 degrees. And I don't fare well in that weather. So no, I'm not walking around my fucking neighborhood. So yeah, I would absolutely just spend money to buy like the Pokemon incense and a bunch of Pokeballs so I could sit in my room and just
throw
keep
incense
popping
everywhere.
them and just, you know, get Pokemon as it comes in. Especially now that they keep adding more generations of Pokemon. Like, I'm sitting here and just in my house and I can just catch like all kinds of shit if I just sit
I'm
there.
just imagining like you in world doing that, like saying, like, you know, in the Pokemon world, functionally just being like, you know what, I don't really feel like going out today. I'm just going to explode a bunch of incense in my room and see what comes to my windowsill.
Yep. Basically, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that's a Pidgey?
Or you can do that. You
No
can get
way,
that like the
Pidgey.
little Pokey thing that helps you catch it. Once you link it up, you just press it and it catches it for you and shit.
Oh, the
I
watch?
didn't go that far with it. I didn't
Oh,
get
my
that far
goodness.
with it.
I saw a video of some guy on a bike with no less than like 20 phones hooked up around him, and he was
Oh,
just,
I
like,
Oh, the
saw
Chinese
that.
guy?
on everywhere.
Yeah, it's just fucking like this whole.
It was an older dude. I
spread.
don't know what race he was, but like he was
He was
like,
Asian.
just, like sitting
He
there
was
on his bike
Asian.
phone, just like launching fucking Pokeballs all over the place, and then riding around on his bike, doing it again. I was just like, dude, this guy, I fucking love this guy. He's my fucking hero right now. Like riding around on a bike with phones hooked up like that. If that bike falls over, that's no less than like, you know, $20,000 that he's losing.
See, that's how I want to be after retirement. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking awesome.
And just roll
Bike
around on a
around
bike
town.
with Pokemon.
And
There's
Fuck
just
yeah.
like this
There's-
setup
there's-
of like 30 phones.
Yeah, he
There's
had like a
definitely
car battery or something like that hooked up to his bicycle, and like all these chargers all hooked up to his phone because everybody knows that fucking Pokemon Go is a power suck. So
Oh,
he's
God,
sitting
yeah.
there just like plug, all these cables all over the place, well managed though, and rolling around on his
Fuck.
bike with a freaking car battery like just strapped onto the front of his bicycle like a basket. Like, well done, dude.
Wow.
Like you're my hero.
He has indeed Pokemon gone. He's done it all. Every generation. I'd like to see his collection, honestly.
Before they made it so it was impossible, I had figured out a way with BlueStacks on the computer to do spoofing, and I had 2 different accounts where I was fucking GPS spoofing and just catching stuff out in fucking California and shit.
So you're like, I'm imagining you in World again. So you're like just teleporting all over the world, throwing Pokeballs at random places, like Jumper.
And I'd put like a couple of days like in between like when I would do that, just in case like some sort of like GPS thing got picked up and like so my account wouldn't get banned. It worked out fine. My account's still there. I just you can't do GPS spoofing like at all anymore.
I
But
catch that shit real quick.
oh, it was so fun while it lasted.
Oh man.
Is it Vidya time?
Yeah, it's video time. We got some news, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
Let's just go ahead and get into it.
You know, I'm not inclined to continue an interview with a person as badly motivated as you.
We're gonna cure cancer.
We can hear It'll be
I quit. We're not covering this, all right?
Link me so that I can.
We won with I literally would never.
I do not like having sexual children.
Never had sexual children.
I do not like having
Not a
sexual
Democrat.
children. You want to let me finish here for a second?
Hey, why don't you just, shut the fuck up and let me answer the question?
I'll be glad to answer your question, pal. We're just entertaining ourselves. Everyone else is like, why are they just saying it over them?
We've heard it so much, we can now just... Did I send it to you on, I think I sent it to you on Twitter.
On Twitter? Okay.
Yeah.
I learned over this guy's live chat that Islam is another form of Satanism.
You're still fucking in there.
I'm still in there, and then I'm like, it's not a form of Satanism. And then she goes,
It's just another Abrahamic religion.
yeah, and she goes, how do you know you're an atheist? And I was like, it's because I can read.
The only thing that I just got over Twitter is a link to this.
Oh, you should be able to,
broadcast.
you'll see the video.
Billy, Billy, whenever you get a chance, just so you know, we're doing a show.
Oh, I'm doing both. Tony put it in the wrong live chat.
Oh, it's fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah, we got that weird
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
interview.
Yeah, send me
Billy
this video that we're
Atheist.
watching. That's what I just want to be on the same page with these people
We
watching
can
this
hear-
because I've
we
never
can hear
seen
the
this.
video.
Like I've seen. Oh, okay, we can hear this.
Yeah, you can
we
hear
can
this.
places. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just like the segment intros you won't be able to hear because it'll be an echo.
Echoing and all.
Yeah.
Got it.
This one you'll hear.
Johnny Design
I'm
says
the
he's
Do what?
spamming in the chat something about hashtag Geek Room watch to learn. Like, what do you learn? What do you
We're
learn
gonna learn
from this
about
show?
Logan Paul
Yeah,
today.
They're going to learn
Are
way
you
more
kidding?
than they're learning from Call from Uprising.
This is an educational program, and don't you forget it.
That's why Logan Paul is the point of interest right now.
Exactly. That's why we have Logan Paul on the screen. We got to learn us a thing, guys.
This
Weird learned
YouTuber.
it
I'm the
college.
fastest entertainer on the planet. I could
You're
be
talking about running.
Running. I could be the quickest man on the planet.
You do
I'm everywhere,
Instagram?
baby. I'm everywhere. Yeah, no, I'm everywhere, and I'm nowhere. I'm like a ghost. Liz, I do have to stop you right there. So you said
It's like a ghost
Oh,
blowjob.
blowjob.
Ghost blowjobs.
Where's the alert?
Wait,
Aw, thanks, Lucy.
Rewind that. Can you say that again? What?
He's having his Charlie Sheen moment. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Is that he's got tiger blood, baby.
Running
Yeah,
through his
I do have to
veins.
stop
Hashtag
you right
winning,
there.
am I right?
Yeah.
You said you used the word controversial.
Yes.
Just so you know, I am an ex-controversial YouTuber. That's
Correct.
it's no longer me.
I know that.
And I'm betting $100,000 that I'm the fastest man on the planet. I'm the fastest man on the planet. Yeah, but I will say my expenses just surpassed my income for the first time ever. I just sat with my financial manager. He told me that. Like I'm definitely going downhill from
Did
here.
that make you nervous?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm terrified. I think it's the beginning of the end. I'm uncomfortable with myself, you know.
Come on.
I also have pink eye. It's not contagious.
But talk
No,
to
it
me
is.
about-
It's a.
Yes, it
Totally
is.
Yeah.
contagious.
Okay, so you're watching Logan Paul's meltdown, basically.
You know what? I've done cocaine, so I get it.
He's
Yeah.
betting he's the fastest man on the planet. That is great.
Yeah, no, you think you are when you're on cocaine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why his expenses are over his budget at this point.
Cocaine.
I need him to race some freaking goddamn NFL players, please.
Let's just get Usain Bolt.
Or even
Exactly.
No, we don't
Even-
need to waste Usain Bolt's time. We can just get somebody who's pretty quick on a fucking football team. That's
Yeah,
all we
You know
need.
what?
In high
just
school.
get
Let me
Devin
go.
Hester. He's retired for like 3 years, but
You know,
I'm guaranteed
get-
he's faster.
Get
Let
the
me go up.
slowest running back on a college team.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Let me just go up to my old high school. It's not that far up the road from me. I'll go see like what their fastest track runner is, like that fucking, cross country people, and we'll get one of them.
This is Logan's way of saying he can run away from his financial issues.
I can run away from the gay thoughts.
Oh, fuck.
No dead body in the woods can catch me now.
Yeah, like
We just got a
everything's
super
up.
chat from Lucifer with a bunch of ocean emojis. Sweet.
Thank you, Lucifer. I
Thank
don't have the blowjob thing here. I'll have to go grab it.
It'll come on. It came on last time. She donated before, and I thanked her because I'm a good person.
Well, other than that
You
last
have to
part,
think.
Billy's correct. And there it goes. Two
So-
blowjobs.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there it is. Oh, there's the overlay.
So,
Yeah.
Are we done with this, or are we
Yeah,
going
we're
to
done
the
with
next?
this one.
There's not much
all
to say.
all I saw was just him having a fucking Charlie Sheen moment.
I got pink eye.
It's not
It's a
contagious.
pink eye. It's not contagious.
Wait,
He's
So,
gonna have a
like-
wild ride for the next week and
So-
a half.
I'm calling it. Logan Paul got pink eye from eating ass, just like the orange juice guy.
I'm calling
I
it
just
now.
wanna know.
Logan Paul is going to be a freaking news reporter for Fox News. He looks like one.
Yeah.
He is blonde.
He is
Yeah, I was
blonde.
about to say, is that just because he's blonde?
Blonde and has like a chin.
Super fucking Aryan with like a ridiculous chin. Yeah.
Yeah. He's essentially the opposite of the Trump family. He has a chin.
Present and accounted for.
I want to know though, because I was doing a lot of illicit drugs at the time that Charlie Sheen had his little tiger blood moment.
So you had that in
During
common.
that time, yeah. During that time, there was a particular research chemical drug that came out that was supposed to mimic the effects of MDMA that people initially on the street called literally just Charlie Sheen. I would like to know if we would, in fact, have something as an equivalent that they're just calling Logan Paul now. And if so, I want to do it just once, just to see what that train wreck's like.
You don't want none of that shit.
Just once, just to see what that train wreck's like. I've done PCP, I can tell you, don't do that.
All right, let's see this woman track
The
down.
more you know from Geek.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We're finding out all kinds of law and stuff.
Don't do PCP, kids.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
So you
But
did
you're
learn
invincible.
something today.
You learned something today. PCP is a trash drug.
Oh, shit. Let's watch a woman track down some guy that flashed her.
This woman is being praised for chasing down a guy she says flashed
And
her
she's
during
blue.
her morning jog. She says he exposed himself.
Fucking
and her
Charlotte
reaction
Flair.
was all captured on surveillance video just outside Boston. Look at her sprint after
Look at
him.
my dick!
Her mess with the wrong
Boston?
lady.
Okay.
So
Makes
who
sense
is
why
this
she chased him
fearless
down.
jogger? Her name is Aya Pulaski, and she stands
Oh, shit.
6'1". Turns out
You
she's
just
an amazing.
fucked
Look at
with the
her.
Russian spy.
Dude, she would beat my ass. Like, seriously, this guy better be glad he got away.
Can I get her number? I'm about
Jake,
to.
She'll
she's
call.
a personal
It's
trainer.
Inside Edition. It might come up.
True. they got no qualms of putting up stuff.
Hashtag
Here's
dogs.
her number and house.
Oh, and here's
Realize-
where she goes jogging. Okay.
This is her daily route.
That'd be so fucked up.
He was there to flash you. What went through your mind?
That this is just not right, and I made a decision it's not happening, so I chased him down.
Aya, a mom of two, says she grabbed the guy and held him for 5 minutes.
I grabbed his hand, one shoulder, one hand, and I started
And
pulling
he came
him down.
twice.
I yelled at people and I waved my hands and I said, call the
She still has
police,
that
call
strong Russian
911.
accent.
Nobody did nothing.
What
Was
was his
his dick
reaction?
still
You
out?
had to see his face. He
Because the
was
thing
terrified.
is about telling people to call 911 is you have to point at one person and say, you call 911.
Yeah.
Because
Otherwise,
otherwise
nobody
it just
does it.
becomes a division of responsibility thing.
Oh, someone else.
Right. You got to delegate.
I can't call. I got to record this.
Right.
He
Well, good on
It's
her, man.
Boston,
Like-
though. Why didn't she just beat his ass? Like,
She doesn't sound like she's from Boston is the problem.
well, no. She's probably immigrated.
Yeah, that's definitely like Yugoslavia.
It's
still
like
a beer
syringe.
fucker.
Syringe. Whatever the fuck it's.
Yeah.
But she eats she looks like she could eat a whole raw meat diet. I'm starting to think there's a connection here.
They're both in America.
Tony Designs in the chat said the minute she touched him, she became guilty of assault. Yeah, but it's not Connecticut, so chances are they'll probably ignore that.
I think that like you can't charge somebody like that, and like no, that's not gonna that wouldn't work.
Like just outside of Boston, like no, they her putting her hands on him it probably didn't go anywhere. Here in Connecticut, though, you'd both be at fault.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Fuck?
absolutely.
All right. Yeah. I'm just looking at that situation. I just don't find her at fault. So. Yeah.
No,
I think
tried
that's
to
most
break up
people
a-
though.
I tried to
Pretty
break
funny,
up a fight and I got hit with a promise to appear.
Jeez.
Damn.
No good citizenship laws, huh?
Nope, not in Connecticut, not allowed.
Don't
Well,
help
you-
your fellow man. Fuck off.
Even then, even if I was the prosecutor in that case and she got charged for it, I would drag my feet on everything. Like, oh, yeah, I don't see any evidence. Like, I would definitely try to get her off. I'm like, I'm not working for my own team. Like, fuck this.
So he says, so now all Bostonians sound alike. As somebody who's been to
Yes.
Boston quite frequently, no, they don't. As some people who haven't been to Boston and spent a good deal of time there, no, yeah, they do. They all think of one accent, and they think of something about parking the car down at Harvard Yard, even though you can't fucking park at Harvard Yard. There's no fucking parking.
I understood maybe 3 of those words.
I'm still pretty sure it's not English.
It's all right, kid. You'll be all right, kid.
Was that khakis or car keys? I'm curious.
You gotta park. Can't park in Boston almost at all. Shit.
Have you heard the law of conservation of consonants? It's a rule that shows up. It's a rule that shows up in language, and it's like, you know, the R that is dropped in Boston shows up in Texas because it must be conserved. So, you know, in Boston you can't park the car, but in Texas you do the whoosh. You know.
Yeah. Well, the thing
it just shows up randomly in words where it doesn't fucking belong because the R must be preserved.
The Boston, people who pronounce it Boston as opposed to Boston, it depends on what part of Boston you're in. South Boston, it's Boston.
Wait, Grampy Lobster. Here's
Racist against New England. Yeah, I feel you.
Here's that video about the petition to change Halloween.
An online petition to change the date of Halloween has gotten thousands of signatures.
Yeah, wait till you hear the reasoning behind this. The petition is aimed to have the holiday move to the last Saturday in October. Already, more than 65,000 people have signed the change.org petition. Their goal is to get 75,000 signatures.
Who's giving out lemons?
All right.
Who the goal is giving out lemons?
The goal is to be goddamn buzzkills.
Association.
You were right earlier when you're like, this is a bunch of suburban moms. Like that's all this is.
Exactly.
Like it's those people, like there's what it is there's about 85,000 of those people that are always like knocking on your door from the homeowners association, like, and all of them found this petition, and then they're like, you know what, I'm just concerned about the safety. And it's just,
you need to
get off my lawn. Like,
and they do that thing where like they're really like sassy about what they agree with, and their head moves back and forth like too quick, and like
it's all a bunch of fucking Karens, just like, you know, that short haircut.
I bet you.
When they're not fucking yelling at some poor retail manager, they're fucking signing change.org petitions.
And you know exactly what haircut they all have.
Oh yeah.
And they want to speak to the manager of Halloween right now.
So if you can bring Jack Skellington, I would like to talk to him.
I got a question. Has anything ever came out of these petition.org things? Like, has any changed? Like, they
Oh, I'm not even sure.
They did this petition and something actually fucking changed. Because
I know that there was a giant petition to build the Death Star.
I saw
and that didn't go anywhere, unfortunately.
I know Daniel Tosh had a bunch of them that he was trying to get on Obama's desk. And they were all sarcastic. I can't remember what they were, but they were pretty bad.
Yeah, there was something like that the president has to consider it or something like that, or whatever the fuck, as soon as they get to a certain number. But I think if that's like, there's like a certain site with that. It's like a White House. It's not changed. Is it change.org? Is change.org that site? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but that policy ended with the last president.
Probably did, yeah. I can't imagine this going across Trump's desk and him understanding, because he can't read, right? So
someone read this for me.
Well, I don't
it's not
know,
because he thinks the proposition is ridiculous. It's because he wouldn't be able to read the petition.
Depends on the percentage of evangelicals that are on board with this.
Moving Halloween? I doubt any of them would be. I don't think they acknowledge Halloween exists.
Yeah, they'd be moving Halloween into the trash can.
Well, exactly. That's why he's not going to give a shit.
Like, I don't know if we eat Halloween anymore. That's of the devil.
We've just decided, oh no, we're just going to do away with it totally. Fuck it, right?
Like, I'm sure that if you scrolled through the names that are signed on that petition, it's like probably about, 40% Karen, and then scroll through and it's like all these other, like Becky and all these other names. It's like, oh, okay, jeez, all right. Yeah.
It is the who's who of white moms.
A lot of
suburban white moms.
A lot of honeys and sweethearts being.
I just don't know about the safety in my low crime area.
It's gated, but I still don't feel safe.
I know.
My Ring doorbell keeps on going off every time.
Oh shit! I don't even think they even say why they wanted to do it.
It's funny, the people in the gated community are the ones saying, let's build a wall, and they don't even feel safe in their gated communities. Isn't that funny?
Oh my god. Like, your guys already built a wall. Fuck off. Like, it's harder to get into your neighborhood than it is to get in the country. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And that's through an airport.
Safer, longer, and stress-free celebration. Company claims there are more than 3,800 Halloween-related injuries a year. The petition didn't clarify how a date switch would reduce injuries, but said it would allow for a full day of celebration rather than rushed evening weekday hours.
I like that.
It's supposed to be evening thing.
Yeah, and who's trick-or-treating for all goddamn day? Who's going to do
Like
that?
I said.
Make December 31st and November 1st holidays. Make it so that they're federal holidays and we don't have to fucking go, go to work on those days or some shit. So that you can have, like, if you do that and everybody that's celebrating, you're not going to have this fucking issue. Like, move the weekend. Don't move the holiday to the weekend. Come on. Get out of my house.
Get off the porch. My light's not on.
I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm celebrating on the 31st, no matter what. Even if there's a fire. Like, I don't give a shit. We're doing
if there's a fire that is your celebration, what are you talking about?
Goddamn right.
All right.
The biggest fall bonfire.
Like I said, it sounds exactly like a bunch of suburbanite moms that just don't want to go out at 8 o'clock at night on a Thursday.
Yeah, and even if it's their shitty little like community, they can still celebrate Halloween on their day. Like, I've had communities in my area that celebrate it on different days.
I don't want my door ringing at 10 o'clock p.m. on a Thursday. That's just too late.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. What else we got? We got Trump lashes out at Fox News.
Oh, this is awesome.
He's turning on his own folks.
In our politics lead, if you look at his Twitter feed, it's pretty clear that President Trump has some bones to pick today. With Sweden for charging American rap star A$AP Rocky with assault, with the Federal Reserve for the economic numbers, and with France for taxing American technology companies, tweeting, quote, "We will announce a substantial reciprocal action on Macron's foolishness shortly. I've always said American wine is better than French wine."
No, you. American wine is better than French wine?
Oh, no.
You can go fuck yourself.
Well, bear in mind, this comes from a guy who claims he doesn't drink, so that makes sense.
I don't drink a lot either, but I'm not retarded.
Well, I think his brother died due to some alcoholism or something, so he swore it off supposedly.
Okay, maybe you should start drinking.
What is going on?
I don't know.
All right. So, why did he go after Fox News, though?
I don't think they went to it right yet.
Yeah, we're building up.
And Abby Phillip has more now on the summer of President Trump's discontent.
After another mixed economic report today, President Trump is spinning the numbers and blaming the Federal Reserve. Tweeting the second quarter GDP numbers were not bad considering we have the very heavy weight of the Federal Reserve anchor wrapped around our neck. With his re-election prospects hinging on a booming economy, Trump showing his frustration the Federal Reserve has not cut interest rates more aggressively. Although other economists say some of the slowing growth is due to his trade wars. And Trump even lashing out at Fox News for a new poll showing him trailing his Democratic rival.
You get a tariff. You get a tariff.
All right, so he's pissed off because they put him up to people and he's losing in some of them.
I'm looking at these numbers right here and I'm like, I cannot believe that some of these people lose to Trump. Like, where are we at? What is going on? In a world where Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris lose to Trump.
But Biden wins. Fucking Biden wins.
But Biden wins. Yeah, that's the weird part.
Biden has a
that's the icing
Warren
on the
makes
goddamn
sense.
cake.
No, I actually like Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, I do too.
But no, it's because Warren doesn't have a penis. It's your problem, man.
Well, you're not from New England, so.
That's debatable.
And being debatable if Delaware's New England. It's close enough.
There's an argument there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's close enough. It is small, and it's one of the 13 colonies. You can.
It's part of the colony, sure, but it's not New
Go ahead,
England.
Billy, say it.
So Georgia is part of the 13 colonies, but I ain't gonna be running around saying that's part of New England. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not good with my states and capitals.
Look, Billy learned something today.
I was like, there's no way, Georgia. It's too backwoods. Come on.
It's too backwoods. It was all right. Now I'm going to tell you something. It was a frontier colony. It was a buffer province against the Spanish. It was a military province. Now, and it was designed so that if the Spanish invade from Florida, because those goddamn Floridians, that the Carolinas would have time to prepare.
I thought it was just Carolina at the time. I thought South Carolina was made after the Civil War.
No, South Carolina was no. South Carolina was part of the original 13.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that was Virginia.
That was West Virginia.
West Virginia was the split that was made in the Civil War.
See, we've always rightfully had our eye on Florida. Like, what the fuck are they up to?
Exactly. No, the formation of Georgia was America looking at Florida, going, those guys.
We still look at them.
We need a
what the fuck?
Seriously, Florida. Can we switch out Puerto Rico for Florida as a state if we just want to stick with that nice rounded off number?
I still think if Florida votes for a certain president with their state, you should get negative points.
Yeah,
they're not making good decisions.
I still maintain that Florida is not real. That it's just actually a fucking cartoon. So.
No, that's Australia.
I've been there. It's real.
Well, Australia is Scooby Doo, so that makes sense.
I think that what the fuck? I agree with you about getting negative points for Florida because those guys are riding alligators over to the polls. And anybody that's doing that, just I don't know if you want to take their opinion super seriously. I say this as somebody that's got family in Florida, but it's because of that, honestly, that I no.
Lest we forget, they are solely responsible for the presidency of George W. Bush, and I'm done.
And they're not responsible for the presidency of Trump. But so is Georgia. So
yeah, there was a couple of states that Hillary just said, fuck those. I've got those in the bag that
Mm-hmm.
Wham wham. Spoiler alert. No, you didn't.
Pennsylvania will be fine. Shit.
Dude,
what the fuck is a Rust Belt state? What is that?
That was a long.
What is that?
That was a long night, hitting refresh on my phone and going, "Holy fuck, he's gonna win!" What?
Yeah,
what?
We did.
I wasn't on the show yet. I voted for Gary Johnson.
I did too. All honesty.
You voted for Gary Johnson.
I did.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I voted for crazy ass Jill Stein.
Yeah, none of us here voted for Hillary except for you. So.
I figured the whole goddamn thing was a joke, so why not vote for the guy that called Trump a pussy? That's pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, if you hear who I voted for in the primary, Gary Johnson is a way better option than when I actually voted for.
Who did you vote for in the primary?
I voted for goddamn Ben Carson.
Oreos.
Why
did you say Oreos?
Because at the time
defend that shit.
At the time I was Christian, and I thought, he's a Christian brain surgeon. He can't be dumb as fuck. And then I heard him speak.
I love it.
No, what state are you in?
I'm in Delaware.
By the time Delaware voted, it was well known that
I didn't pay a lot of attention.
Very tired.
I didn't.
He was very tired.
He's very. He was on stage and he would just be like, "You know what? I'm up here, man."
Yeah.
I hated Donald Trump and I still wanted to be a Republican.
What's an Aleppo?
But the option for that was Marco Rubio. If you wanted to hate Donald Trump and still be a Republican, you should have voted for Marco Rubio. That was the candidate that the Democrats.
But
I hope he doesn't win.
But he sweats a lot.
He does sweat a lot.
No.
You guys should have voted for Jeb, man. What the fuck's wrong with you,
Please
Republicans?
Please clap. That.
I forgot he ran.
Oh man, The please clap line just ended his career, dude.
Oh man, it ended his career faster than you can say.
Yeah.
Jeb is low energy.
Like, that's one thing that Trump was really good at, was just like repeating
Leapy
a
Ben.
single insult and just like going at it.
He's good at catchphrases, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's because it's about all he understands. So he's,
Yeah. He's got a
So Trump's mad basically because his friends over at Fox put up to my surprise, honestly, a legitimate poll. That says,
is
okay,
that the reason why?
Here's these numbers that we've come up with, and Trump, you're not looking so hot in some of these.
I'm pretty sure they probably fudged the numbers on Warren and Harris a little bit, but
even if they did,
God, it's a Fox News poll.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's consider the who they're polling. There is kind of like this weird thing about like the secret Trump voter, that like Trump voters don't want to admit that they're Trump voters to pollsters. But in a Fox News poll, I have a lot of doubts that phenomena is showing up in these numbers. It seems like even among people that are watching Fox News or that Fox News is polling, Trump's in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, especially if Sleepy Biden runs against him. Like,
I am happy to see
he's
that.
Creepy Biden, not Sleepy.
No, he says Sleepy. Like, Trump could roll with Creepy. I don't know why he's not rolling with Creepy, honestly.
Do you know why he can't roll with Creepy? Because then he goes, "You're Creepy Biden." He goes, "At least I'm creepy with other people's kids, not my own." And then just fuck off.
And then a third party wins for the first time in history.
Oh, I would be ecstatic.
I don't know if Biden could make that play, but Jesus Christ.
I am happy to see that my Jewish grandpa's doing all right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I did put in to win a steak. I did put in to win the steak dinner with Donald Trump. I didn't win. I wanted to call him an idiot to his face.
Oh.
Like I pretended like I was a big supporter of him, and I was like, I'd love to meet him. He's such a good guy. I'm like, please let me sit next to him for like 10 seconds.
If it's a steak dinner, I just want to see how he gets his steak done and determine whether or not he's a literal Nazi based on that.
Oh, if he opens up the ketchup bottle, I'm like, oh, fucking kill yourself.
Billy, if you had won that
a well-done steak with a ketchup.
You could basically just prepare for a trip to fucking McDonald's. Like, just as well as I do.
Well, no, I'm also going to try to get one of those pens with a camera in it. I'm like, this is appearing on Geek Room next week. Let's get it.
Something tells me that'll end quicker than the Neffy interview.
Oh, it probably would. I'm getting
so tell me a story about that, because like when I come on before the show starting, they're like, some people run away from these interviews. Like Neffy fucked off in the middle. Like what made him fuck off in the middle of the interview here?
Okay. So I told Neffy before it's not a debate. I'm just interviewing you, and I'm not going to deal with your gish gallopy bullshit. And then he tried to gish gallop, and I tried to go, hey Neffy, calm down. Let's take it point by point, because I can't refute a pound of shit with minutes. And he told me if I wasn't going to stop interrupting him, then he was going to leave. And I was like, if you're going to keep on gish galloping, I'm going to interrupt you. And then he said, I'm leaving. And I said, okay, bye. And then he said, kick rocks, young man. And he left, which was weird.
Did you say kick rocks?
He called you sport.
Sport. He called me sport.
Kick rocks, sport.
He told you to kick rocks as he was rage quitting.
Did he like just read The Great Gatsby before he came online? Like, what is he? What's he fucking doing, man? Like, did you think? And he also like, I feel like Neffy is like, I'm gonna read this new book, The Great Gatsby. Like, the fucking Neffy, man.
Yeah, then he promptly had a live stream talking about how he owned us.
Yeah.
The atheists, they just can't handle.
And he told me I didn't. He told me I didn't understand physics when I told him the lunar Bukkake theory is bullshit.
Lunar Bukkake theory. I love that thing. His explanation for the craters on the moon.
Yep.
Yeah. That the Earth, in his words, ejaculated onto the moon.
Yep.
Like he used the word ejaculated, guys. He used that word. That's what he did. He said that as the flood was happening, that there were underground compartments of water, the huge giant underwater ocean, that when the Earth split, water shot out of it and caused the 40 days of rain. And as that was happening, the Earth ejaculated onto the moon.
All right.
And caused the craters there. And that's the reason why there's craters on the side of the moon that we can see. But all this bullshit about the other side of the moon having more craters, fuck that shit. That's not real.
That just sounds like somebody who's been watching too much fucking B-roll hentai, honestly.
I think that he just...
Can't confirm.
He was just really into that word ejaculated.
Yeah, he just really likes ejaculate.
Like,
who isn't?
Fucking Thunderfoot had a fucking ball game with that back in those days.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like there's like he played that word ejaculated so many times to the point where I even thought Thunderfoot was getting off on it.
So that's why by the time he came here to do the interview on our channel, he completely avoided that word at all costs.
Oh, yeah.
I think he learned from that mistake, but that verbiage was
he didn't
originally
use the word
used.
ejaculated.
No.
What you should do? Like,
He
Well,
tried
if you
to
know us
explain
at
it,
all.
but, when he walked away, we were like, yeah, this is the lunar bukkake theory, everybody. He came back, so. I'm surprised he even still did the interview because the fucking thumbnail for that whole thing was him and the moon. So.
Well, the thing is that if he's familiar with us at all, he knows that we're perfectly fine with ejaculating in general, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
I called for that one chick to take a load right to the eye, an AIDS load if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I didn't know Neffy. I don't know Neffy at all. So
No
I had
context.
no shit like at all what he was gonna say. Nothing.
Well, I mean, if you know Neffy is really predictable. Yeah. So, like, as soon as you get him on there, he's going to talk about those, like, stones in Peru or whatever.
Oh, Inca stones.
Made by a farmer. Yeah, exactly, those things. And he's going to talk about that Stegosaurus carving, and he's going to talk about how, Adam and Eve rode a T-Rex to work. Like, they're just going to... He's going to be saying, like, some of the most ridiculous shit. Like, he is... Like, I think even other creationists look at him and go, whoa, dude. Like, I don't...
Stop.
To Tony Designs in the chat, who says, I now have a new goal in life. I want to be the first man to ejaculate on the moon. Somebody has gotten very close. There was a news story I read a long time ago about somebody, I don't know if they worked for NASA or if they worked for the building that they were being stored in, but there was a bunch of fucking moon rocks that they brought back and were storing in a room, and a dude, like, stole a bunch of them and fucked his girlfriend on them.
Okay.
So, you know what? I don't fault the guy at all.
I don't either. I mean, it is a federal crime, I believe. Because
technically, we fucked on the moon, though.
Yeah.
Technically, they fucked on the moon.
If only they had, like, a zero gravity simulator or something, that would have been amazing.
Oh my god, have the rocks just floating everywhere?
Yeah.
Or, like, doing it in the... Yeah.
Yeah, until the end when you're just floating everywhere, and then I was just like,
it's
bad idea.
Like
I'm
you're
in
trying
a
to-
snow globe.
You're trying to get off, and you just have, like, a rock beating you in the face, because it's just, yeah.
Oh, man.
It can be distracting.
Yeah.
Depends if you're a novice, maybe. Don't let that shit get to you.
Your pull-out game might accidentally kill your girlfriend.
On that note, we're going to head into fucking creepy readings. I don't have
What a
sexual
man. All right.
one. It's
We're going to
just
transition to that.
Yeah. It's not a sexual one. This one it caught my eye, and I'm just like, this person's got some anger issues, and it deals with Pokemon at the same time. So it's
good luck reading that shit.
I'm gonna have to
This
see
is this is a world. All right, let's see this.
Hey, it worked.
It should. It's one of the first ones that was filmed. Creepy readings, headphone warning. Somewhat. Yeah, I can read it. Okay, I know how I'm gonna tackle this. One day in Pokemon World, Ash thought it would be a good idea to flush Pikachu. Pika, fuck you! Shouted Pikachu from the toilet Ash crammed him in. Go to hell, Ash! Pikachu jumped out, splashing Ash with the toilet walker. Pikachu! screamed Ash. Get back! He accidentally picked up a Mimikyu who promptly slapped Ash's lips right off. His lips? Bitch, no! It shouted. You quit yo shit now, honey! What the fuck? Team Rocket entered the bathroom stall Ash was in. Oh, he's in a bathroom stall? What the? Hey, my stall clearly states occupied, you stupid shits! Screeched Ash, his voice raspy from all the shouting. James tilted his head away in annoyance. Well, excuse me for needing to evacuate my bowelless, you selfish little prick. Yeah, spoke Jesse. Get out, you little twerp. Ash slammed his fists onto the stall's wall. What? You all want to share the same fucking toilet here? Well, it looks like that is going to be the case. A moment of awkward silence and exasperated breathing passed. Ash looked to their feet. Say, where the fuck is your Meowth? We flushed him, responded Jesse. What? Why? I don't know. Suddenly, Maxie entered the room, and the Skype overlay is over half of it. Okay. Suddenly, Maxie entered the room. Pardon me for my intrusion, but why are you all? Ash suddenly hit his face, punching his glasses. Bitch, shut your face! Was this written, like, exclusively by a 12-year-old?
I don't know. I was just reading through and all of a sudden seeing, like, because I found a site full of fanfiction and I'm deeply disturbed. But one category was just Pokemon. I was like, huh, and that was the first link, and I just read it and I'm like, don't know.
That'll leave everybody wondering.
He said it was Pokemon related. I'm like, okay, this could be a lot. This can go anywhere. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, no, that was
Pika, what the fuck?
Pika, what the fuck? Am I right?
That wasn't in Pokemon. Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Director's cut, bro.
It would have been if they had cast Danny DeVito.
Now that I think about it, he would be an awesome Pikachu.
A lot of
Danny
people
DeVito is
wanted him
Pikachu?
to
Yeah.
be. People wanted him to be.
I will be right back.
He's like, you know what? I gotta go take a bath after this. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta cleanse myself, y'all.
In the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Well, since he's gonna do that, we're gonna go ahead and head into Crazy People. We'll get the intro out the way and we'll be back maybe.
Favorite time. My question for that guy is still legitimately, like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you? I don't know who you are.
We'll start with that.
So real quick, like, for any context, Brett King did say he will come on and for a chat with Billy, but we got to come up with questions, and it can't be like on past stuff because he says he finds that boring. So if we can come up with fucking questions and they seem legitimate, he'll fucking come on.
What is the year 2092 like, since it's not about past stuff?
He finds it boring to talk about things he's guilty or at fault for. He doesn't want to talk about things he did to fuck over other people and things like that. That's boring.
Oh yeah.
True.
That sound pretty boring, yeah.
I feel you, Brett.
By the way, it's Krang Supreme is the little creature.
Gotcha.
Looked it up.
Thank you.
What happened?
Thank you, Billy. See, this is why Billy's a part of the Geek Room, ladies and gentlemen. He does all the research that we need for our topics about an hour and a half after it's relevant. So I appreciate that.
I knew about it an hour and a half ago. I was just waiting for a lull.
Oh, okay. That must have been while you were in a call for an Uprising's goddamn chat room.
I was doing both. It's not hard to troll a call from Uprising's intelligent viewers.
Yeah, well, I can't disagree there.
You must attract some high quality.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
We might do that next week because I just don't know what to ask him that he can be where he won't think it's trollish or not.
Yeah. We'll come stuff.
Oh, I don't know how to do that either.
Like, who the fuck are you? No, I'm not talking to him.
I have questions I can ask him, but they're all like dickish.
And we just ask him in 3 sentences or less, who is Brett Keane?
There you go. That's a better way
nice.
to put it.
Yeah.
You just throw up a flashcard of a walrus and call it a day.
See, this is why you're not invited.
It's manatee, just for so we can have that on record here. You're misidentifying his species.
All right, let's listen to VonHelton. I got this from Irv Ruined His Own Life, and he uploaded a lot of shit. He's not doing his conspiracy theories on YouTube. He's doing it on something else. It's some other fucking website.
RedTube.
RedTube.
Pornhub.com.
But he's talking about killing people.
Lemonparty.com.
Ew, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
He looks like
Don't
he'd be
Google
there.
that, children.
Google it.
Yeah, he made the message at 1 o'clock, and it's 3 o'clock. What the hell?
Is this guy that's in the, I guess, top right, is he in a fucking tent? The Daywood?
Yeah, he lives with G-Man.
He's
Dude,
hiding from the government.
It looks like the old ass Stickam site. Like,
Look at the guy in the middle's name.
Fuck.
Fuck. That's about my reaction.
And that girl's name is Dick Size Racism.
Nice.
What in the world are people doing? I'm not catching up with the kids these days. I'm gonna tell you what.
Phantom
Dick
strip.
size racism. What the hell?
Hanging with Mr. Hilton.
All right, let's see
Fuck
this.
yeah.
Man, whoever owns that type of chair is an idiot.
The thing is that I have Bluetooth headphones, and I just walked all the way around my apartment listening to you guys just
Just
fucking
talk smack.
babble on about some bullshit.
Those chairs that VonHelton has, they're really comfortable, but he has one that's like really fucking loud, right? Like, look at that. How, like,
Yeah,
I got
and
one of those.
It's really
like just-
cheap. It's really cheap for like poor people and like assholes.
Thanks to our patrons who bought me this, by the way. And for our blind viewers out there, we still haven't forgotten about you.
It does look like he's like riding around in a douche rocket ship or something like that. Like, he's just- God damn it.
Bran, would you like to show off your chair?
I'm gonna take my whore to a hotel room. There you go.
I have a chair kind of like that. It's not quite shaped like that though. It's more.
See, I've got
more
one that
meant for
doesn't have all those red accents on it. Like that.
Mine doesn't have what Vaughn
Doesn't look like I'm
does.
trying to race through my living room.
Vaughn says like Alu Akbar or something on the back of his chair.
Are you fucking serious? What? Oh,
I don't know what it is.
See, no, here's the thing. I know you said that as a joke, but it's VonHelton, so I believed it.
It was something in Arabic, I believe, because he like.
Wait, never mind. Now, are you fucking serious?
Yeah. We asked him and he got mad.
God damn it.
Is Vaughn
You know
in with
what?
the,
You know what,
Didn't like
Jake
that.
Jones? You're
I could
entirely
see
right.
him
It
with
does
like
look
an
like
infidel
Tiny Jones.
patch on the back of his chair or something like that. Like,
Be because I'm still banned on Facebook.
Oh God, is he still on about that?
Yep.
Lord.
I don't get unbanned for another several days yet.
Riveting fucking content, Vaughn.
I want to hear that chair name fucks 2 cents on it.
I don't get unbanned until the 12th. I
Make
guess
it back up Facebook for when you get banned.
I'm going to
I'm just
have
saying,
to pay a visit.
Dude at the left looks like he could start jerking it at any minute, Vaughn. You might have a dump button ready.
Is this Chatterbait?
Exactly. What the fuck?
Fucking Cincinnati and take care of Mr. Aaron Gray personally. That's what needs to happen.
Oh God.
Because that little fucking terrorist, he needs to go bye-bye.
Little
Yeah,
fucking
someone who
terrorist.
deletes your YouTube channel is a terrorist.
Oh, of course.
No, it's Facebook.
Facebook, my bad.
Who is he saying is a terrorist?
Some guy named Aaron Gray.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Okay.
But apparently,
Some rando.
It's a pillow fort. That's what that guy's in.
Oh yeah.
It's a pillow. It's a fort. It's a pillow fort.
Well, if you build the pillow fort correctly, the government can't spy on your thoughts.
See,
Does something happen in this video, or did we just watch Vaughn mutter about how he's banned? Like this.
Pretty much mutter why he's banned. He's like, I'm gonna have to go. What they say in the South, take care of him. Basically, giving the guy a death threat.
Yeah.
So, the guy in the pillow fort. On the other side of that pillow fort, there are two 5-year-old children in their underwear beating the shit out of each other right now. He's just muted.
He's like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't know why he has a list, but he just does.
He just does now.
God damn it, he's got a list.
If you wanna know what car the Punisher will drive, it's a Ford apparently.
I got nothing wrong with Fords. Just depends on what it is.
Look at his shirt.
His soundproof trailer.
I can't see it. Everything is turned into like a Technicolor Dream World.
His shirt says Ford on it, and it's sad.
It just says Ford.
Yeah, it's a Ford shirt.
Okay.
1903.
Like when
Oh, it does, doesn't it? I just looked at this.
fucking re-education was on. Fucking yeah, I refuse to be free advertising. So you have fun with that, Hilton. Have fun with that.
So it's funny that shirt says 1903 because Vaughn, as a vampire, was old enough to remember that year, and when that Ford came out.
Yeah,
Have you seen the time traveler stuff with Vaughn?
Mm-hmm.
Bits and pieces, yeah.
Yeah, there's some really interesting pictures that prove it. It's awesome.
He actually helped design the Model T. Didn't you know?
I haven't seen that specific claim. Like, here's the thing with Vaughn is like all the things that he's right. The thing with him is that all the things that he's actually said are so out there that making things up about him is just kind of pointless. Like because the claims that he's actually made are just so awesome. That you can fill like several 2-3 hour streams with just discussing things that he's said about himself, with like the parallel universes that he's traveled to, magic that he's performed. His cape is a good 20 minutes of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which one? The kids one or the one he just got that's slightly bigger?
The one that he just got that's got that Doctor Strange look that he says is magic. It's pretty fucking great. And that he wears he wears this red cape with a shirt that is also red but a slightly different tone of red that I'm sure he thinks matches. So it's wonderful. Like, there's a whole journey to be discussed with him.
He got mad at us when we brought up that kid's cape. He's like, don't you know, you just like, if you have kids, we wear their costumes. I'm like, no, Vaughn.
No.
Yeah, well, apparently also you go into the fridge and eat all their fucking Avengers Go-Gurts too.
What world are we in? What this is the darkest timeline, guys. Like, I think that this is
I think we somehow ended up on Earth too.
I think the world ended in 2012 in the Mayan apocalypse, and that this is the afterlife. This is the absurd afterlife that we're all stuck in on the loop.
Or
we're
in a simulation. The world could have ended.
Yeah. We're in a simulation, and whoever was running it has left the table, and everything is just going haywire.
Oh yeah, no, they went off to go do fucking acid and came back to the controls like 12 hours later, all strung out.
They just put it on cruise control.
Yep. Whoever was at the helm is no longer at the helm, guys. Okay, here we go.
That AI has been self-aware and is making decisions to better its own self.
Oh, I finally see VonHelton's shirt now.
Fod.
Now, as far as the shirt was concerned, that was some fortuitous timing in the chat where somebody said that they have the Geek Room shirt, which I have no problem with you supporting like smaller people as far as like free advertising is concerned. Like big corporations, they can go fuck themselves.
Hell yeah.
But, like smaller people, yeah, like absolutely be free advertising for your friends' shit and for small stuff.
Yeah,
but,
rock
like,
the Geek Room gear, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Give us your money.
He said that, like, and then he said. And then you said, hell yeah, and then right after that, Nightbot posted the fucking link to the shirt, and I thought that was just great timing.
Thank you, Nightbot. You're finally doing your fucking job.
Yes.
Oh, shit. All right, enough of this. Just VonHelton threatening to kill people. There's another video where he does the same fucking thing, and I was like, Von, you can't do this.
Do that.
That's not nice.
Somebody's gonna take you seriously. Somebody with like a badge and the ability to enforce that is going to take it seriously one of these days.
Show me where I threatened to kill someone. Show me. And then you play this. Now that's not what I meant by that at all.
I need to see the rest of this clip. Is it over, or did he
did
he say it? Okay, cool. Here we go.
For real, in the real world, it needs to go bye-bye. The agony that he's caused people, families.
My Facebook.
Oh man.
He needs to go.
Serious business.
As they say down south, some people just need killing. I believe Aaron Gray fits that bill. Nothing but death threats.
I sent you the link. What death threats?
Yeah, that's the end of it.
I'm still weirded out by this chair, this empty chair that says "fuck."
I wanted to hear what the chair named "fuck" had to say.
I want to know who is fuck.
Fucked off, apparently.
Yeah, fuck is fucking gone.
Ocean,
okay.
Ocean, you're in the South. Is some people just need killing? Is that a saying down there?
That's a phrase, yeah. But
is it? Oh,
yeah.
That's
no. That was a legal defense in like in the South. You would it's like it's antiquated as fuck. I think it's like pre-Civil War. That like you could stand up in court and say, "Well, sir, my defense is that he needed killing," and it would be taken seriously by the court for a period of time. I want to say that there's I was talking with a friend of mine who's a lawyer that was actually telling me about a case in the DC area, like Washington DC. So it's outside of the South, where that defense was used. So like, yeah, it's being said. I recognize the phrase when he said it, but it's definitely in the way that he put it could be interpreted as a death threat. Especially since how it was used in the South was to justify killing somebody. So, I don't know. Like I'm from Georgia and he's from Kentucky, so the cultural difference ain't huge. So what he's saying is, yeah, that can be interpreted as a death threat pretty easily.
Holy shit, I've manifested into two beings and now I'm back. It was crazy.
Whoop, whoop.
I still want to know who fuck is.
The great mystery of 2019. Who was fuck?
Who the fuck is fuck?
He cast the deciding vote in the 2016 election. Who is fuck? We need to create a background for him. A canon.
That's the rant that I went on fucking earlier, man. VonHelton is just a journey. And like the fact that he runs around saying that he's a pagan. Like I've had the first few times that I bumped into VonHelton, I was like, all right, what I didn't know the extent of the mountain of madness that is his mind. But I started asking him, just like, oh yeah, what kind of pagan are you? What are you into? And all this other stuff. And he started giving me answers that were really weird. Like that he has like a sort of he follows he at the time he told me that he follows Odin and Christ, which isn't especially strange. Because you even had people in history that followed that, but that he would talk about how he also subscribes to that whole zeitgeist thing about how all the other gods are essentially images of Christ, which is stupid. but he's subscribing. Like a lot of people use that as an argument for atheism, and he was using it as an argument for the reason why he follows Christ.
Huh.
And it's just like, all right, well, if you're gonna, I got mad at him. It was one of the earlier fights that he and I had, back when I thought that I could have a reasonable discussion about history with this guy, and then he just got worse and worse and worse over the course of the conversation, and that's what I learned. It was just like, oh, here we go. And then I wound up getting like, there's a buddy of mine sent me footage of him creating an Elder Scroll and discussing its power and everything like that, and I was just like,
He created an Elder Scroll and didn't go blind. I call bullshit.
I think he was writing on it with a Sharpie. Like it was really strange. Like this was it was really weird. I don't know.
Couldn't even be bothered to get a quill and some ink. What a piece of shit.
I thought he did.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that there was I want to say there's another video where he actually is using a quill, like this like ostentatious feathery thing. And but that all that just scratches the surface with this guy. You start like looking into some of the drama that he's had with other people, and it's just like Jesus fuck. But no, people have asked me before if he's a pagan, and I always respond, well, yeah, maybe, but he's a shit pagan. He's the kind that gives us like that we have to like deal with existing and have to contend with.
I swear, next time I see you get in a fight with an atheist who thinks you're Christian, I'm like, no, he's a pagan, like VonHelton.
No, fucking do that shit. God, fucking damn it.
I'm totally doing
triggers, man. It's one of my triggers.
And his fight with that atheist has ended. Now it's with Tatted.
I'll come after you with a brick.
You live in Delaware. There's like 7 people there.
It'll be easier if I do that. I just have to look for tracks.
All right, we got a Patriot Nurse video. It's an old one we covered, and Christina Blackfeather was covering her a little bit, and we'll get her on to kind of do a part 2 to hers. But there's a part that just really irks the fuck out of me, and it's polio spreading.
Hey, folks, it's Patriot Nurse.
Shut your face. Polio spreading herd immunity and blame the anti-vaxxers. So
quiet, you.
She's talking about anti-vax stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not a nurse, by the way.
Or a patriot.
God damn it.
She does have a dope intro though.
Yeah.
And the only person I can think of blaming on that is probably Synje. Synje, did you make her intro, you dick?
Listen, $20 is $20.
Yeah. We're talking about the same guy, right?
Yeah, the guy that makes our shit. Yeah.
Yeah. He makes my stuff too. He's an awesome dude.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yes.
I don't want to press the play button.
Segment. I want to discuss with you the
Rip
new
the bandage.
polio-like disease that's going around, acute flaccid myelitis, and also what's the deal with herd immunity, and can we expect more diseases like this to show up, diseases that there is no vaccine for? What do we do about this? So the first thing, acute flaccid myelitis. This is not...
Yep.
All right, I'm going to skip.
Bing, 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 bing.
Because Christina
And the video's
pretty
over.
much, yeah.
It's a good friend of mine. It's a good friend of mine who's pagan and a nurse, and she is especially frustrated with anti-vax people. She would have fucking cow at this video. What's the deal with herd immunity? Is it causing more sicknesses? Like, hold your phone. Hold. No.
You quit that right
Hold
now.
the phone.
Let's see how far she digs this hole. Let's look.
Yeah, we gotta be like, she needs to be more like Pokemon Go guy and hold all the phones.
Just like hold everything.
With a bicycle accident than getting this, okay? So just perspective. But it scares people. It scares people because it looks like polio. It walks like the duck. It kind of quacks like the duck. We're not sure if it's a duck. It may be something else.
It is the duck.
But for a lot of people that are
Usually
reading
means
this,
it's a fuck
Is
duck.
polio a duck?
Yeah.
She just compared getting polio to hurting
bicycle.
yourself on a bike. And I'm like, yeah, more people hurt themselves on a bike because everyone owns a bike. You asshole.
I don't own a duck.
No. I
So
generally
I'm probably
don't
not gonna
keep
get
a
polio.
I don't keep a polio kid in
Duck.
my fucking
Duck.
garage.
Duck.
That you know of.
Duck. Polio.
It's a fucked up game.
Which one got polio?
The one that can't walk.
Oh, shit.
It's a lame duck.
scary, and there's a tendency, and I've already seen this in the news, to turn around and completely and baselessly blame parents who either delay or choose to selectively or not vaccinate their children for that, and that is absolutely baseless and false.
No,
so,
it is not.
You're saying, so like,
Wait, translate that for me, because What the fuck did she just say?
She basically says. She basically said, you know, these things are coming about not because people didn't vaccinate against it. Step 3.
Diseases aren't mutating because of a portion of the population not vaccinating. That's not going on or something?
I don't even know where she's at.
In her car, where all great YouTube videos are made.
That's okay. All right.
The thing is this individual is very good at speaking a lot of words but saying a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, that's the sense that I got. Or it's like, all right, you've said a lot of things, but it's fairly content neutral. I don't know what you said or where you're going or where you're at.
That's
except in your car, as been said.
Yeah, that's one of the points that Christina pointed out. She was like, she learned a couple big words and now said it, and now everybody believes she's true. That's the problem with people like that. They'll go with like big words and she must know what she's talking about. No, she's just word salad. She's just throwing a lot of bullshit out there.
Here in my car, I am
Here in my car, they can't vaccinate me.
This is the darkest timeline. This is the darkest
timeline.
Say,
We're both dead
I will
in
say
the
again,
backseat of my
this bitch needs
car.
iron. She looks like she'll bruise if you sneeze on her. And coming from somebody who bruises very easily, like, come on.
Here, we should focus on one thing, that acute flaccid myelitis is not the same as paralytic poliomyelitis. Okay, like polio is not the same thing as what's going on here. And I think it's worth noting also that a lot of these people who are trying to scare the living daylights out of individuals regarding, you know, vaccines, and you must get your children vaccinated with whatever the latest and greatest CDC overkill recommendation is with their schedule. What they are doing is they're setting people up to profit off of them. Vaccines make people a lot of money. Vaccines are one of the few areas, especially.
No, they make about 45 cents.
Yeah.
Stop being fucking stupid.
And the people that did the polio the guy that did the polio vaccine handed it out for free too. So
I'm pretty sure he's super dead now.
Yeah, he's super dead.
Yeah.
In pediatric medicine, where money is made, primarily because a lot of these clinics, a lot of these doctors' offices, especially in areas that are
doctor's
underserved,
office you work at.
they get these vaccines for free, and then from the government, meaning us, the taxpayers, and then they're able to charge people for it. And it's one of the few things in certain practices that allow practices to be in the black, and so it's for that reason they're pushed, not necessarily because it's best for the patient per se. But one of the things that I've been reading over the past few days that kind of troubled me is, again, this idea that somehow this disease that is A, not contagious to our knowledge, B, extremely rare, less than 1 in a million chance, and then C, like less than 300
it's very contagious.
Yeah. Both the ones that polio and the other one is contagious.
To be fair, she said to her knowledge. She doesn't have any knowledge.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Yeah.
Well played.
So
accurate.
Something that's way more important. Pimpmunk's in the chat.
What's up, Pimp?
Yeah, what up?
Wait, do I have that?
Oh, dude. Pimpmunk. What's going on, man?
She needs a good cocking, yeah.
By the way, we are helping Pimpmunk promote the documentary and get his hernia surgery. So the link's right down below is Pimpmunk's pool. If you want to donate to that, definitely fucking do that. Because one, he's got to get that hernia fixed. But also, there's an awesome fucking documentary he's going to be doing, which he'll be coming to South Carolina. And I'll pick up Bran on the way. We're going to fucking throw axes? Shit, yes. So
nice. I'm going to have sexy time with Pimpmunk.
Yeah. Every time with Pimpmunk is sexy time, you know it.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, support that shit, guys, because Pimpmunk's got to get his surgery, and we got to see this fucking documentary.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play a couple minutes. There's one part that I really want to touch base on that really we didn't cover before.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for her to say something valuable.
No.
Yeah.
You're gonna be waiting for quite some time.
Right. So here's the point that she's made so far that I'm like, all right, if I steel man the fuck out of what she's saying, and then also change what she's saying to straw man it into something that's coherent. That there's something to be said about the for-profit nature of the American medical industry. But that's not I don't know if the examples that she's bringing up specifically are part of that problem. I don't know if like vaccine distribution is that issue, but what is that issue? Like, there's a lot of arguments that for socialized healthcare that are in line kind of with the rhetoric that she's doing, but she's not making that point. I think she's making some other point that, you know, that the CDC is trying to poison the population or some shit. Like, that's what it sounds like, the direction that she's going. Am I wrong or what?
No, she's about one step from saying they're turning the freaking frogs gay.
You know what? Here's the funny story about that is that I dated a girl scientist that was into water testing, right? And I mentioned the frogs gay thing to her just because I figured I'd troll her just a little bit. And she responded with, no, wait a minute, there's actually something to that. Yeah. And it wasn't that they're turning them gay. It's just that the chemicals in the water were affecting the natural ability of frogs to be able to flip-flop gender. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, what are you saying, that there was like something legitimate to what Alex Jones was saying? She's like, unfortunately, yes.
Well, that's the whole thing. That one particular argument. There was that
a kernel of truth.
Argument.
Like the meme happens to be something that he's not entirely off base about.
Yeah, there's that one particular instance of that occurring, and then there's also when he would go on after the whole frogs gay thing about how they were trying to create a gay bomb. Like, that wasn't entirely wrong either. It was merely theoretical. It never got off paper, but yeah, at one point they did have some scientists sit down to see if that a pheromone bomb of some sort was a thing they could do. It was deemed to be.
Sounds fabulous.
No, this was, I believe.
Sounds fair.
I think it was during Iraq, possibly. It's either that or Desert Storm. It was one of the two. It was definitely the Middle Eastern ones.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Like, the Middle East would be like so much chic now.
So basically, to sum up, Alex Jones has one up on Patriot Nurse when it comes to things that are somewhat accurate.
Oh shit!
If that's what you can take away from this,
I will. That's what I'm walking away with. I'm gonna put that in my suitcase and carry it with me.
Write that down, boys and girls.
Yep. And he has the same qualifications to be a nurse.
Jake Jonas said, wasn't the gay bomb thing part of the MK Ultra stuff? I believe it was, and I think that's part of the problem, is that had a small kernel of legitimacy, and it just made those people feel like they had all of the legitimacy.
Maybe it worked, and they're all just really mad about it. Yeah. That's why ISIS exists.
I was super straight until this bomb.
And no, so now we have to start the caliphate. Fuck it.
Now we have to start the caliphate.
So it's like Wild Bill with his bug spray.
Pastor Locke's probably gonna try to use the same thing. They put a bomb near my house.
It explains Ted Haggard.
Yeah.
Cases over the past 5 years, that this is somehow related to parents, choosing to delay vaccines to spread them out to not vaccinate or selectively vaccinate. And again, that's just not true. I keep hearing, and I've also heard again from government officials, that it's your civic duty to get your flu vaccine, or it's your civic duty to do this. Well, let's back the truck up here. Anything that I do to my body is therefore my choice. If you're going to claim and use the stance that abortion is a woman's right, because
it looks like a Subaru station wagon, honestly.
See, I'm a little bit more harsh. I was kind of hoping the truck would actually back into her right here.
See, that's like I wanted her to be able, let's back the truck up right here for a second, and then just turn on her vehicle, throw it in reverse, and just start backing it up and continue talking. Like, that would have been awesome. I would have just, I would be like, I don't care how fucking wrong everything that she's saying is.
Yeah, but the problem is that
society. I think that is fantastic, and I'm willing to support this video on that.
That would require comedic timing, and unfortunately, comedy requires a modicum of intelligence, which we have yet to.
Also, I think points if she continues in reverse throughout the rest of the video afterwards.
That's exactly what I wanted.
She goes through her house and everybody's like, what the
back
fuck?
down the driveway.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to go backwards like society.
She backed through a house like, what the fuck? And she rolls down the window. Don't vaccinate your kids.
Meanwhile, she hit 3 of their kids.
No, dude, I think it's more like, don't vaccinate your kids or I'll be back. You know?
All right, we're going to let her finish this little line and then fuck off with it.
What I do to my body is therefore my choice. If you're going to claim and use the stance that abortion is a woman's right because it's her body, her choice, are you somehow going to say that it's her civic duty to decide whether or not to have an abortion? No, absolutely not, because it's the individual's body. So if you're going to continue that line of logic, then it is not some sort of civic duty to have a medical procedure done or to take a drug or to do something to yourself. It is an individual's right and choice to be able to choose what they want to. And so oftentimes, you're hearing this argument that, oh, it's for the people who can't, they're too young to be vaccinated. Oh, it's for them, the young children. Okay, while I do understand the plight of parents who have had to watch their children suffer in early childhood, you chose to have sex to bring that child into this world.
Fuck you.
Holy shit.
Okay.
And now that it's here, don't vaccinate it.
As somebody who's very much pro-choice, I get where she's trying to use that particular argument of where it's your body, it's your choice, to try to bolster her argument. The thing is, though, is that has something to do with sort of the abstract notion of consent in a general sense. Children cannot consent. They cannot consent to anything.
And I wish her mom was pro-choice.
Okay, but
right?
But like here's the big issue though. If you choose to get an abortion, that's you, okay? If you choose not to get a vaccination, that can affect others. Right. Has she not figured that much out yet? These things can mutate and turn into things that the vaccinations we currently have aren't prepared for. And that's directly your fucking fault and people like you. So yeah, there's a big difference.
I can speak to this a little bit as well because I used to use this argument with respect to vaccines. I was like, dude, this is it's body integrity, body sovereignty. If somebody doesn't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason, be it religious or otherwise, then that should be fine, right? That's the whatever. But then I started reading up about stuff like herd immunity. And I was like, no, oh, wait, there's actually a really big collective argument to be had here that extends beyond body sovereignty. So wait a minute. And what's especially funny to me is that the people that freak out about vaccines are often pro-life. Yeah. So they're willing to sacrifice body sovereignty when it comes to abortion, but not about something that affects the rest of the society that you're interacting with. But the argument is stronger for the argument against body sovereignty with respect to vaccines is inherently a stronger argument than any argument against abortion. So, like, what the fuck?
And I want to speak on a little bit too, because as a parent of a special needs kid who had to my kid had to slowly fucking get his vaccines. He couldn't do it all at one time because they were afraid it would cause his seizures. You don't get to use that fucking argument when you say, oh, I don't want to vaccinate, and your kid's got all these fucking contagious disease that can affect my kid. You don't have that fucking right. That's fuck you for saying that. And Christina put it best. You're not pro-life at this point. You're just pro-birth because you don't give a fuck what happens to my kid after it gets born. You just want it born. So, fuck you.
Wait, it's my standard on, like, and I talk a little bit about this in my video about superstition. Like and subscribe. But the what I point out is, like, when your beliefs, asserting your beliefs starts to affect how other people live their lives, that's where you start to cross the line as far as your religious liberties are concerned. So if you're starting to assert your beliefs in the way that affects other people, so if somebody's saying I should have the right to not have vaccines, right? And then you get that right that is spread between a whole community to where you have a large community of people that aren't vaccinated. Now you have a kid that had to take their vaccine slowly. This now affects your life. You cannot go out and interact with other humans because of the risk that is given to your child.
We couldn't take my kid out for a full year.
Like, yeah, exactly. You couldn't take your kid out, and I bet you it also limited your movement personally to an extent. Like, you had to watch who you were interacting with as well, because you could bring some shit home.
We like
so
I legit like when we've come home from a day, we would like strip off in the middle of the we had to have blinds. We had to strip off and take a shower just because we could have brought something fucking home to my kid, and you know it because of idiots like this fucking bitch. I would rather talk to a flat earther, and I have a little bit more respect for a flat earther than I do her. Just because the flat earth shit is not affecting anybody's life. I'll talk to flat earther today. This bitch, fuck her.
Your freedom to swing your fist ends at someone else's face. Basically.
Yeah. I got no problem with it. Yeah, I got no problem with it. Yeah, I suck Celtic. I got no problem with a grown-ass adult deciding not to fucking go have a flu shot. Like, go for it, whatever. But at the same time, you know, again, like what happened with Frank's kid, like there are people who are grown-ass adults who are immunocompromised that they will get literally anything that's just fucking just hanging around. And we've already had like cases of the measles and shit come back in large areas. And like that's all you need is somebody with like an advanced case of AIDS getting the measles. They'll be pretty much well fucked. If they're not, you know, well off enough to get the AIDS drugs that they need.
Yeah, and the fucking measles, like what the fuck?
Of all things to come back.
I mean, really?
God damn it.
All right, let's get into the cringe zone because we already fucked on Call for Uprising. He's a fuckwit. He's talking about Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Being
satanic or we can always save it for next week if you want to or whatever.
Talking about Mr. Rogers, what the fuck?
Yeah. What's his
my
beef
childhood,
with
dude.
Mr.
Stay the fuck
Rogers?
away from my fucking childhood.
And now he's satanic somehow.
Who could have a problem with Fred Rogers?
Fred Rogers was the nicest guy to ever exist.
He's somebody like they had to get Tom Hanks to play him because nobody else was nice enough.
Right.
Bingo.
Fuck you, Carl. Fuck you too.
Yeah, that's just.
Go ahead. Yeah. I was gonna say let's just watch fucking VonHelton breakdown. This always brings us.
Who is that? That's Vaughn.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, shit. All right, let me get this back up so you guys say it. All right, God damn it. I want to watch this woman push anti-gay pastor because it was just funny.
E essas mãos não mais me pertencem. Pecadoras, fracas, mas essas mãos pertencem a Jesus. Tanto que o sacerdote age na pessoa de Cristo.
I can't remember what.
Para servir, para abençoar.
Surprise, bitch!
Oh shit!
Turn that people's elbow. Do it.
You better get the fuck out of there. Push and run.
Better fucking run.
Okay, so.
I was not prepared.
I love how she's rocking a little shoulder bag too. Like,
here's my obligatory statement before this. I don't condone violence against anybody, but that shit's still pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna act like it isn't.
See, I've got two reactions to this. My two reactions to this are holy fuck and holy fuck. Like there's just different kinds of holy fuck.
Like
So
just different intonations of the
holy fuck, I wasn't expecting that. That's got good comedic timing. And also, holy fuck, you better run because you just you just did the most sacrilegious possible thing that you could do in that church. Like, you know, besides like I don't know, there's defecating on the altar or some shit. Like, if you better run.
It's gonna look like the fucking end of Indiana Jones. Like, just keep on going,
dude. Like,
get the hell out of there.
Get to the plane.
I have two reactions to that. I have laughing at it happening, and I also have like, oh, I hope he was okay. That's kind of rough.
Exactly. Like, is he hurt? Like, is he all right? Like, that seems like a solid distance to fall.
Yeah, that's depending on what he was saying in his language is if I care if he's okay or not.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I have no idea what he was saying, and I have no idea.
I don't know.
That. Yeah. Like, apparently it was like really anti-gay shit. Like,
yeah. That's what really said.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why he got pushed.
It's kind of uncalled for, but at the same time, like I have a hard case of shock.
And there was like 17 people behind him that could have warned him that he was about to get shoved. And all of them shut the fuck up.
Maybe
somebody could have just
pushing the limits. I don't know.
She just waited till everyone was bowing their head in prayer to make her move. You know, pretty smart and strategic. Also, I would say shades of the Undertaker throwing Mankind off Hell in a Cell, because that's a pretty far way down.
Straight into the announce table.
Yeah, right in the
Like,
Spanish.
how far did he fall? And
right in the Spanish.
like, I don't. That's a lot going on in this clip, man.
That'd be great. That'd be great in his language if he
Oh,
said.
looks like
He's okay. He's fine.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay.
That'd be
Son.
God
I
protected
really,
him. It's all good.
I really hope in his language he said, and like in his prayers, like if I could just leap into the crowd, I would.
Oh my god.
Catch me! Oh shit.
No, that'd be perfect. Christian.
There's
concert.
a lot of puns that can be made here, like that's making a leap, or
That's one way to
push
start
this
crowd
issue, or
surfing.
Shit. A woman slams laptop over a man's head.
Shut the fuck up! Yeah, you better believe it. I want
Yes,
to
ma'am.
nuts, nigga, in front of public. You want to fucking look at other women, nigga? Now fuck you. You ain't gonna look at other women, and you ain't gonna tell me you looking at other women.
Don't fly Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, don't fly Spirit Air.
Something tells me you're not gonna make this flight. You're gonna be removed.
I'm most pissed off at the aspect ratio,
dude.
Yeah, alright. This is somebody filming in fucking portrait. Like,
Yeah.
Watch when we get home.
Oh, shit.
Let the guy in front.
Oh, I know.
Creepy ass is like,
I know that conversation. I know some shit's about to happen.
I'll call the police on you. Fuck you. Oh, really? You're going out of control. Right now.
No, telling that woman she's out of control ain't the way to de-escalate things.
How many people own AirPods?
Oh shit.
Oh, you gonna come up?
He's getting the fuck out of there.
I know for fucking years. I'm assaulting you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get my purse.
It's literally a Facebook now.
You want to say I'm assaulting you? Fuck you. Fuck you, man.
hey, you going to jail.
I like how the first words out of her mouth right before she hits him. Oh, you say I'm assaulting you? And then she hits him with a laptop.
Is this the laptop? Let's.
Oh no, she already.
Oh, she already did it. Okay. The impact was off screen, so.
Yeah, the laptop happened about right here when he got off. He's like, "Fuck this shit," and she's like,
"Dude, I'm out of here." And she like attacks him with a fucking laptop.
God,
there it was.
Damn.
I would have been one of those motherfuckers you'd seen in the seat, like still just looking at their phone, like not paying attention.
She's very pale to use the N-word as much as she did.
You don't know her. You don't know her life.
I think she's one of those ones that got her DNA test back and it came back 2% African. She's like, oh boy.
Yeah, she's like, oh man, I can at least use the soft A in public now.
But you got to carry those 23andMe papers with you, sweetheart. Just keep that in mind.
God, she just smacked him though.
Yeah.
Like just went after him.
Like, was that the dude she was like with, who was supposedly looking at the other chicks, or was that just random sitting next to her?
Like, yeah, I'm wondering is that a couple or is that something?
No, they were a couple.
This guy just like unfortunately sitting next to her and looked at a woman or something. Which was like, what is going on here?
I think it's like they're a couple, and he was checking out a girl, and she got pissed.
Either he was or she thought he was, because clearly she's a bit temperamental.
Yeah, I could see somebody that was behaving the way that she does, getting like the wrong impression of something, like maybe not having.
Hey, hey Celtic, I don't choose the fucking videos. That's why I'm watching it now. You fucking mongoloid.
They need couples therapy.
Yeah, I think that would be healthy for them, or maybe a divorce.
The laptop needs therapy now too.
The laptop is probably fucked up, man. Like. I hope that wasn't his laptop.
Speaking of Celtic, I do actually got one of Celtic's videos, if we want to see that.
Fucking way, and he's here. Let's do it.
Yeah, he's right here.
Who's Celtic? Somebody explain me a thing.
Celtic is a guy who is.
What?
Is this him?
No, not really, but you know.
It's a very nice
No,
day
this is
today.
legit him.
In my garden.
By the way, you can skip to about 2:20.
Okay.
Before you get anything.
Alright, that's some
here.
sick ball skills.
Power.
Good job.
Anyway, this video is not about shaving. Well, I've been using the Love Doll for about a week now, and you know in my previous video when I talked about not having to worry about STIs, turns out I was wrong about that one. So it's not exactly an STI, but it's kind of similar. I think I have
It's a
urinary tract
UTI. We learned that
infection
from G-Man.
using it, and that may be because, well, I haven't exactly been washing it every time I use it. It's just a bit pain in the backside having to wash it every
So you've been jizzing in a sex doll for months, and you get a UTI, and you're like shocked.
I haven't been washing it every time I use it. That's
Oh
what
my
he
God.
said. This is the guy that's in the chat?
I am not okay.
I hope so.
No.
I want to point out real quick. Celtic asked me if I got consent to play one of his videos.
Did I give you consent to play one of my videos?
You did give me consent to play this video.
So it's his video.
Yeah,
Okay,
That was
that's
kind of
confirmed.
funny, Celtic. I'll give you points. At least you've got a sense of humor.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, clean that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
We didn't think we had to tell anyone this. It's just like, it's like when you go to the zoo and you see like a sign that says "Don't fuck the tortoises," and you're like, oh, someone did.
It's in Delaware, please?
I don't know if we have a zoo in Delaware. I don't go out of my house.
That's because people were fucking the tortoises, probably.
Probably. I'm not allowed in the zoo anymore. The tortoise was sexy.
We got a Florida man video, then we're going to hit the next topic because we got a funny one.
A Florida man now faces charges for holding his wife's lover at gunpoint, cutting off the man's part, and running away with it. Deputies arrested 49-year-old Alex Bonilla hours later.
Can you imagine the guy running away with his dick in his hand?
Sunday, tied the man up,
I'm taking this with
and
me.
mutilated him with a pair of scissors.
I got your
The victim told deputies Bonilla
pair of
took the
scissors?
dismembered part and fled across the street to his own home. Deputies say the motive is still under investigation, but a police report says Bonilla caught his...
The motive is under investigation. Started this video with a man has been arrested for holding his wife and her lover at gunpoint.
We know
There's
Cut
your
off his
fucking motive.
penis.
Guy was boning his wife and he cut his dick off and ran like a little joyful leprechaun across the street. In my mind, with the
Joyful
dick in his hand.
leprechaun.
He cut it off.
Did that
Cut
thing
off
where he
with a
jumped.
pair of scissors.
Did that thing where he jumps up and like clicks both of his heels together in midair. Like that's what he did with his dick in his hand.
No one has a
both
sharp pair of scissors in their house. No one does.
No. I have
I mean,
like 6 pairs of
I
scissors.
have a sharp pair of scissors in my house, but it's because I have a beard. So
I
I
have
keep
a
sharp
beard
pair of
too,
scissors.
but
Well,
I'm
I
like,
do have.
I do the grooming thing, you know.
I do have
but-
those scissors that come with a knife set, the bone scissors. Like those would probably.
Of those things.
Oh yeah, those the ones that on commercials where you cut through the chicken bone.
I've also got safety scissors, and those are sharp. But
He's trying the theory here that's premeditated. Is that what you're getting at, Bill?
No, do you know what I really hope? I hope he tried to use one of the scissors that you can cut through paper but not through skin, and it was like, you can't cut through skin.
God damn.
That would hurt worse. That's like being stabbed with a spoon.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know.
See what you're working on, Frank. Unfortunately.
Stick, you guys, I got it.
What if he's just on the weirdest scavenger hunt ever? Like, guys.
It still wouldn't like. I don't know.
He saw a weird recipe on Etsy, and he was trying to. One man's penis.
that was the motive. Absolutely.
You don't get recipes on Etsy.
Oh, whatever. Pinterest? I don't know these white girl
Pinterest.
There you go.
Pinterest would
Yeah,
be the
that
one.
was something I was a little confused about. I was like, who's getting recipes on Etsy?
I don't know white girl websites, dude.
Try to get croaked.
I only know Etsy because I used to sell my fucking paintings on Etsy.
There you go.
Okay. Not in the
These-
market, but thanks for the plug. Shameless, I guess.
What's it used to?
Yeah, no, I don't sell paintings on Etsy anymore because that shit's too time consuming. I don't got time like that anymore.
Oh wait, did you say paintings?
Paintings, yes.
Oh, you said paintings. Oh my god, I did not go paintings.
I
heard fancies.
I heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would require you to wear them.
Yeah.
That's a different world.
That is a way different world. I was like, oh man, Etsy is fucking dark.
Wait a minute.
Dark.
I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
Nate Broady, why run away with the dick? I don't know. He was just happy he had the dick.
Yeah.
He was making a stew.
He wanted a souvenir for the end of the day.
When you cut off somebody's dick, like, what are you get to that point, I don't think you think it all the way through. I think you just do it, and then after that, it's kind of like whatever fucking happens. So I kind of get it.
It's a dog chasing the car.
Jake Jonas is like, the cops are like, sir, what did you do with the dick? Like, that's a question. Like, you imagine being the cop and like coming to the scene on this and being like,
oh, that poor cop.
So, sir, what is the location of the penis?
Where
you give me
the dick?
Can you give me the coordinates for the dick?
I need the location of the penis. If you do not provide us with the location of the penis, we're gonna have to search your home. Sir.
Basically, this guy.
We're probably gonna search your home anywhere, but it'd be helpful both to you and me. We can help both of our situations, sir. And I can put you down as being a little bit more cooperative than you currently are, sir. Sir, calm down, sir. Give me the location of the penis, please. Yep.
Officer down. He just threw a dick at me.
I was gonna go with, sir, stop threatening to cut off my penis. That's not gonna help.
Do we need to do an anal check?
Can you imagine squats and coughs and a fucking severed dick falls out? Like, oh my god. Like, what rookie quit his job that day?
That was somebody's first day. That's what's going on. That was somebody's first day. Yeah, they came home from work that day and it's like, they slapped on the back and said, "Rookie, this is the job, man. This is what you signed up for."
That cop comes home that night and his wife starts talking to him like, "I don't care about moving Halloween to the last Sunday of the month. I just gotta find a dick."
Oh shit!
I just thought I was gonna be writing traffic tickets, and here I am.
Here I am, apparently dealing with somebody's severed fucking member today. Like, this is, I don't get paid enough.
There's no way that happens at a decent time. That shit's definitely at like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning.
I don't know if there's a decent time for that though. Like, if I'm gonna schedule severing a penis, I'm not sure what the appropriate time of
4 to 7.
It's 4 to 7 a.m. or p.m.
p.m.
Okay.
I guess that's
convenient. Yeah.
You should home invade while they're asleep and do it at like 3 a.m.
Doctor's offices are still open from 4 to 7.
I don't think you can schedule cutting off a guy's dick. Like, I think that just happens. Like,
seems like
did he have
probably usually at like, it's probably usually 2 o'clock in the morning after like way too much fucking meth. Like
I want to know if he scheduled in his calendar. It's like, all right, get the car to the shop, pick it up, and sever penis.
Weirdly enough, it kind of looks like the guy from the bagel shop.
That's what I was thinking.
Severed. Oh my god, yeah. No, severed penis on the calendars between like getting the car from the shop and picking up your dry cleaning. Like.
Yeah. Right, exactly. It's just like, I've got some time in here. I can do that.
I've been putting this off for too long. I gotta go do it.
No. I can't push back.
I moved it on the schedule like 6 times because my D&D games got in the way.
Yeah.
So
I feel that pain. So.
I cannot push cutting off my wife's boyfriend's dick any longer.
All right, so Nate Broady said, it was the middle of the day. 2 kids were in the house also at the time.
Holy shit!
That's dramatic.
Hey, I guess they learned that day.
Oh my god! Can you imagine your dad running out the house with another guy's dick?
It's just well, I imagine like.
The thing is, those kids had to go to school later, man. Like they had to get, and that shit was in the fucking news. Like they're going to class and they're sitting down and it's like, Jimmy's dad is the one that ran out the front of his house with a fucking penis.
And he jumped and clicked his heels.
Oh, I really.
You become the kids of the dick cutter for the rest of your fucking life.
I really hope one of the kids'
you gotta
name is
move after
Richard.
that. You gotta move after that.
I
Hey,
hope
James.
the kid's name's Richard.
Hey James, you're dead with my dick. Yeah.
I love that, like, my roommate just came home, and you can only hear, like, half of this conversation.
Cackling about running away with a penis.
Yes.
Like, that's what's happening. That's where we're at today.
See, Florida, this is why you get negative points.
Yep.
At least we're not taking 10 minutes to talk about cadaver dicks this time.
We kind of are, in a way.
Why did I agree to come on this show? What happened? Where am I?
I tricked you.
You made a wrong turn in YouTube.
Like, I've been bugging Frank about it, being like, man, let me come on to the Geek Show. It's just, and fucking hell. Now I'm like, do I regret this? I don't even know.
Hindsight's 2020.
Where am I at? We're talking about Florida man running out the door with a dick.
We have very few return guests.
Man, that's what's happening. Is you finally worked your way through everybody, and then you're like, fuck, nobody will come back. Ocean exists. Let's get in.
It's basically Mel is the only one that'll come back.
Yeah. Mel and re-education, they'll come back.
I'm just curious, like, everyone's got a phone now, though, so, like, where was the World Star person in the street?
Yeah, right?
Recording while he's running by with the dick in his hand.
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're all too busy fucking selling weed.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right, so it's about to get worse because we're about to head into...
Oh, it's going to get worse. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to get worse. It's got to get worse before we end the show.
Strap yourselves in and seek justice immediately. Let's
strap in and strap on.
Ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, why?
My dick did 9/11.
It did. Confirmed.
Bull, help!
Oh.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, you just gotta this guy and see how long you last.
Probably longer than the last guy that stared at him.
Ah. Knowing what he did and how he did it.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
You gotta at least start. You gotta at least
pulls out a pair of scissors.
Wait until he starts talking.
Okay. What the fuck? Oh god, it's that
Fingers
guy.
are bored. They need something to do. What's that? I can tickle you? Yeah! Tickle, 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 tickle.
What the fuck?
I can't tell if Ocean is frozen right now or he's just very disturbed.
The latter of the two.
The background changing, like of the colors and shit, was not. No, that was a poor decision.
Was that like to see how long you can last?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
17 seconds apparently.
The longest I think we've gotten so far is like somewhere near 40 seconds.
No,
Is
that
that
was
with this
because
particular video or what? Like,
no,
that was
always different.
It's always different.
I want to play this game.
Somebody send me a link to this video so I can subject my roommates to this.
All right.
Yeah,
doing that.
same here because this seems like this is a good troll right here. This could be the new Rickroll, guys.
The last one I subjected them to was vegan vagina juice. They still appreciate that.
I have
Same guy.
not know what you're talking about, but that I don't know if I'm intrigued or horrified.
This
He
is
also-
he
had
did the cow thing.
vagina.
Vagina juice, BBJ.
He's also the guy that did the wanna suck thing with the cow suit. That was him too.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I just couldn't tell because all that stupid shit on his head.
Yeah, he's weird.
Seems like good people.
Oh god.
I want to get him on a show.
Oh.
Do you? Because I don't.
Billy, you want to be tickle, 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 tickle.
No,
tickle,
I
tickle.
don't. I don't want him anywhere near me.
Tickle,
I'd rather hang out with the dick cutter than this guy.
Dude, just let it roll.
He looks
like
like
another,
a
like,
Joker
20
right
seconds.
now. Like a weird,
I'm
twisted...
scared of the image that is on the screen, especially because like Skype is fucking up right now, and he's added like this red veneer to it, so he looks like a fucking demon on top of that.
He should have done that. He missed an artsy fartsy.
Oh my
thing.
fucking
Just
god,
one
that's scary
frame
as
of
shit.
It's
This is actually
one frame.
The way that he's saying tickle, I'm concerned about, man. Like I don't.
This is from what I understand, this is one of the
scared.
songs on the new Cat soundtrack. So we're getting a little bit of a preview here on the Geek Room.
The performance by Taylor Swift.
Based,
It's right before they get on the UFO to go to cat heaven. Like right.
Oh yeah.
based on his old video, are you a vegan there, Ocean?
No, I'm not a vegan.
Well, then he won't fuck you.
Nope, not happening.
So keep on eating meat, and he won't be anywhere near his. Unless that guy cuts it off and runs near you, then you'll be pretty close to it.
He tickled him into it.
Eat meat, but protect your meat. Got it. Cool. That's what I'm walking away with from this show.
Also, stay away from Florida men.
Just get one of those dick cages that you can get on Wish. It'll be fine.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell.
You might get lead poisoning of the penis.
Potentially.
So I said, if this guy is storming Area 51, then I'm out.
I can deal with the Naruto runners. I can deal with the Kyles, but this fucking guy, that's a fucking line.
I'm pretty sure he's from Area 51.
I'm finding it interesting here. I'm wondering if this guy cleans his fuck bot out. You know?
Well, all he does with the fuck bot that he has is just tickles it.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
God, that is so.
Oh my god!
Why is this freeze frame on the screen, guys? Like this is a terrible idea. Why?
If he has, we gotta find out if he has a PO box. Because if he does, I'm sending him the tickle me goddamn Elmo.
God damn it! Is this guy like? Does this guy have a channel? And this is a video that he put up on purpose.
On purpose.
He has a lot of
this much fucking work on
music.
it. Like, of course that was on purpose.
Oh my fuck!
His name is John Sakaris, I guess.
Where are we at? What is the world? Like this is. They keep saying this is the darkest timeline. You guys are bringing me like. You know, I thought I'm gonna come on the geek show. I'm gonna come on the geek room. I'm gonna have a good fucking time. You guys are like removing my hope in humanity, like slowly but surely, just scalping it away. And it's like, okay, all right.
I remember when that happened to me.
It's done. I thought that I had hope. I thought that I had lost hope in humanity, and now I've come onto the geek room. And now, it's all gone. It's all fucking gone.
We should just hang the abandon all hope ye who enter here above each
exactly
stream.
Like you guys need to give like a disclaimer or something, like because like you know I there's like at least like the devil, like Satan himself, had the courtesy to put a little warning sign on top of hell. But you know what do you? No, you just like lure me in here and just remove all hope ye who enter here.
Hey.
Fuck everybody.
Want to know the interesting thing about that is this is episode 118 and the well is nowhere near dry.
That's what's so fucking scary, man. Like that's just I'm concerned with just where oh god. Like I had an idea of what was happening when VonHelton was in the title, and I was just like, shit.
Oh, no, we can get worse.
Fucking shit.
Yeah,
and then VonHelton wasn't the worst thing here. Like that's what's even crazier is that VonHelton was like tame.
Yep.
By comparison to fucking vaccine chick. Like god damn.
We can show you the world.
Hey, look.
Grungy, dim, and shitty.
There was one that we're saving the next week because we couldn't get into it, but there was like one I didn't play was called Waifu Adventures 5 First Kiss. So
man,
there's a lot of stuff.
I'm legit concerned. I am legit concerned.
Yeah, I pulled that one. It's something else.
All right, that's gonna be it for today. Cause we ran a little bit longer, about 35 minutes extra, but it's all right.
No, this was fun, guys. This is a ton of fun.
No, we'll get you back on because holy shit, this is
hell yeah, man. Like this is great.
He's like, yeah, sure. Go ahead and delete.
We have it on record now.
I'm gonna block.
Hey, you know, at least
block.
it wasn't
Won't be the friend.
Oh shit, Facebook friends, unfriend. So, Ocean, you have a channel which is actually linked down in the description below if you have not subscribed to it. fucking do it. Chill your channel out, man.
All right, so yeah, I'm Ocean Keltoy. I talk about pagan shit. Come over there and check shit out. No. But yeah, no, I'm basically just like my whole deal is just like elevating conversation, introducing like polytheism and philosophy into the scene, and I do a lot of debates and all this other shit. So, but other than that, yeah, that's essentially what my channel's about. I also am on Cyrus the Skeptic's channel. He and I do a podcast together called Hammered Out, where we take a subject that is complex and we just like go through all the subtleties of it and discuss things. So, yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah. Make sure you check his channel. It's good. And the Hammered Out podcast is actually a really good podcast. Really good, make sure you check that. I'll put the link to Cyrus's channel in the below too, so people can check it out. Yeah. Cyrus is a great fucking channel. Bran, I'm just gonna let you chill out because I don't know what else to say after that fucking video, and we can fucking leave.
Yeah, you just made me like try and talk about myself after we just watched Tickle. Like, why? You put me in that headspace. You're like, hey, Ocean, talk about your stuff, right? It's like, yeah, I do like serious philosophy shit. Like that's like tickle. Like what the
fuck? The best segue into so what do you do? Now that you've seen what we do.
Now that you've
on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man.
So yeah, guys, I guess we're nearing the end here. So as always, leave a like if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you're Celtic or Celtic sock account. There's always subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell. I don't know why the fuck you would, but if you are our kind of people, then that may be something you're interested in. Yeah, guys, there's links down below if you want to support us or follow us. We're like on damn near every type of social media that people use. And yeah, so yeah, you want to support us, you want to follow us, links are down below. Thank you to the live chat, as always. You guys are the best for sticking around with us during the live show. Thank you to our guest and the fellow geeks. And yeah, I guess that's about all, right?
Also, thank you for the live chat for going over to whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Oh, God,
that was
yeah.
hilarious.
Like the invasion of, I forget his name now.
Call for an uprising.
Yeah, there it is. That's what it is. There we go.
Remember I said at the top of the show about how characters that are forgettable obviously aren't very good characters? There you go.
Yeah, there it is. That's what happened. Yeah.
Full circle.
Exactly. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. And fuck you, a call for uprising. I can't even say his fucking name. It's just too fucking long. Just fuck off.
For an uprising.
Fuck you, a call for uprising.
There you go.
And fuck you, buddy.